Y'all trying to outdo
Let's
each
do
other?
that for the intro.
And then I got the G.I. Joe PSA. I had him. It's your turn, Billy.
No.
Fuck, now I gotta pull it up.
Do it. Pull it up.
But it's at the very fucking end, so it's like, do I watch
No,
it
just
all?
put it in the quote.
Just.
Fox 4.
Yeah.
News.
Man, have y'all seen that girl in the morning yet?
I don't watch Fox.
She is smoking, man.
Don't do it.
Like, her name's Hannah something. Here.
Montana?
She's on before the local morning show comes on. Like, they do the 4 o'clock is when she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah.
Montana.
Box 4. Here we go. Hannah Tana.
Hannah,
No, let me
Montana.
see.
What's going on here? What's my hair? I look like a parasitic twin.
Yeah, here she is.
So if y'all see me jump up and run out of here, it's because I'm going back down to Harris.
I thought everything had settled. We think it's a break.
They think it's a break, but I don't know what's going on. Both my grandparents, maybe they'll get them a couple's room.
Sweet.
'Cause his room was small.
They actually have some big rooms at yours.
I didn't know that hospital's 100 years old till the other day. They have a time capsule in the lobby and everything. You can go read stuff.
Oh, yeah? Anything cool?
Which building?
He's in
Main
there.
building?
Any
Yeah, he's in the
variations?
old Harris Tower.
Any variations
Of
in the time capsule?
no we,
No we?
no we, no. Jesus. All right, we can all talk and hear each other properly.
No peach fuzz?
we go
Sorry.
again.
Sorry.
Our goal is to do that 3 times during this show.
I have it.
3
I'm gonna have it
times,
queued
and then
up.
there were 3.
And then there were 3.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Not really. I
Sure
still haven't
why
even looked
I'm
at the
seeing
show
that
notes.
everybody
man.
showed up for our calling.
Yeah, let's quit.
Let's just quit. Really, the only person that matters. Jesse showed up. Yay!
I think she's the only one that listens to us, too. She's
Probably.
on the show so she can go home and listen to herself.
Not true.
Here.
Pork chop sandwiches.
I love you, and I love you. This episode of the
Guys note, big rich.
plastic object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language.
Oh, shit.
Advised.
Doctor's office earlier. There's a guy sitting there, a skinhead, okay? He looks at me and says, "What the fuck are you looking at, Jew boy? You fucking faggot." What you do? What I did? Yeah, what you do? I slunk out. Slunk out? Slunk out. You didn't do shit, and you punked out. That's what fuck happened, right? Yeah, I punked out. How'd that happen? What was I gonna do? The guy could have killed me. That's not a man calling you a fucking faggot. You getting that ass, Larry. You know what I mean? You getting that ass, Larry. That's what the fuck you do. You let that man slide today. You gotta immediately get in somebody's ass when that happens to you. Pull their asshole open, step into their asshole, close the door behind you. Because spray paint can, right? Larry was here. You spray paint. Larry was here. Wash me, all that kind of shit. Fuck his whole asshole. Stick a bar, paper on the floor, get a newspaper, ball of paper, newspaper, and throw the newspaper on the floor. Fuck his whole asshole up. You know what I'm saying? You open that asshole one more time. Open it again. Open that asshole again. Oh! Step out his ass. Leave that motherfucker wide open. So you know you been there.
I think it's called later.
Show number 289. It is, of course, a Tuesday, because that's when we do this show. But this one happens to be November 20th, 2018. And it's the 5-year anniversary of Stabbsgiving.
Brittany says we have the date wrong.
How do we have the date wrong?
It says it happened on the 29th. It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is when it happened.
And tomorrow is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And
Yeah.
since we don't do a show on Wednesday, we celebrate it on the Tuesday before every year.
That was one of those weird years where Thanksgiving was way late in November.
But it's always the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Always.
So she needs to chill out.
Yeah, and we don't need people checking our work.
It's not like she runs numbers all day or anything. Or she does, doesn't she?
Yeah. Can you put a little more me in my headphones, or is it just because of the...
It's,
here we go. No,
it's because of
the mountain of smoke.
The mountain of smoke is just killing
our
us.
ears.
You know, it's like being at a mountain of smoke show where you can't talk to each other. And you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
Happy Tuesday, Jesse.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
And that's it.
So we did a show meeting
right.
after a show when I got stabbed.
Yeah, no, I think back then we were still doing the shows on Sundays.
I don't ever remember doing the shows on Sundays.
We did them on Sundays for a while. Because we were up against Whiskey Boy. We did ours at the same time as Whiskey Boy, and we started stealing his people out of his live stream into our live stream for a little bit.
People? Sharking?
We were just taking them.
Pardon me?
Because they found out which show was higher quality and a lot more funnier.
Are you saying that his show's not funny?
It may be now. I haven't listened to it in 5 years.
So we did that. We did. How many shows did we do on Sundays?
It was you got to remember, we were only 4 months into the show.
When I got stabbed?
Yeah, 5 months in the show because we were going to have a show meeting.
Yeah. I remember us having a meeting, but I didn't think we did it the night of the show. So we went 4 months of doing the show on Sundays?
Yeah, about.
How did...
We moved it around
obviously that
so
wasn't
much.
during football season.
No, because we were bitching about football season putting a TV out here.
And that's when we settled on, we got to do it on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we just got to do a different night. And we're like, Tuesday, that's the press night. That's media night. Let's do it the same time music is released and all that stuff.
What were the other dates that we were thinking about doing?
Wednesday, but you had your kids.
Which we could totally go to Wednesday now, but...
And then...
Because my kids' schedule's all over the place. Once they get older, you're as dad, you pretty much just see them when you get to.
Because they have better things
to do. They have better lives to go towards.
They do. They have their own Xbox Ones with Red Dead Redemption.
They don't need
they can play on.
Yeah, they don't need to look back at Sodom and Gomorrah. They can move towards God. They don't need to look back. You know, it's like when you leave that town, when you're like, finally, fuck this, I'm out of here. That's what happens.
Well, and now that you're fully Jewish, they've really turned their back on you. When you're
You've gone full Jew.
You've gone holistic Jewish.
Is that what this hat is?
That's where you see through them.
So we talked about Wednesday. So we debated between Wednesday, Sunday, and Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think there was always the Saturday morning at 2:30 a.m.
After
when the
we went to
bars
the
closed.
bars, because we frequented bars a lot then.
And this is what got us out of going to bars a lot. And then someone had to get a girlfriend that ran a bar.
Do you like it when I ask questions about our history and I look at you?
I can't come up with anything right now.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Oh, I thought you sneezed. I was going to say achoo. I mean, achoo.
That's bad.
So a little history. Yeah, I got
So there's a little
stabbed
history.
at a post-meeting party. Actually, it wasn't a party. Someone had to have a certain type of beer and demanded that we leave the bar that we were comfortable at. The one that probably...
Would have saved our lives.
Right.
Because the show
Did you say something
nearly
to
died that
result
night.
in you getting stabbed? Like, what
I
led
said,
to
what-
the stabbing?
Well, we can talk about this entire story now wide open.
Well, yeah, there's no.
Because
Legal
everything's
action,
done. All the
yeah.
legal action's done. We couldn't talk about it for years. We
I
had
thought
to
we
beat
finally
around the
addressed
bush.
it.
I think we did after the legal action went down, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like the full
Cliff Notes
story.
version. You want that?
Sure.
Or do you want? It's the anniversary. You might as well do.
I went to therapy for all that shit.
Did you?
No.
Oh.
I was
I
supposed to.
thought this was your therapy.
Man, honestly, it kind of is.
So,
I mean, I've talked about it more on the show than I have out and about. It's not something that really. Usually, here's how it comes up. Whoa, what the hell happened to your arm when they see it? And then I say, well, I saved a woman and I got stabbed.
and you did.
There was a
Technically
woman
speaking.
there. Yes, there was a woman. There was two women there.
There was a.
So basically, here's what happened. We were at a bar and closed it down, which we frequently did.
Mhm.
And a group of friends that were with us at the previous bar
Mhm.
was there as well.
Mhm.
We did a show meeting, and our buddies just got drunk and tied one on. Well,
It was my fault that we went to this bar because I wanted blood and honey, and only one bar on Roof
Which is
Snow
funny.
served blood and honey at the time.
right now, every bar in America serves blood and honey,
They
Blood
weren't
and money?
purchased.
but not then, huh?
Blood and money.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
They actually. So anyway, they're running. They start mouthing off to this dude who's apparently was flirting with a girl or trying to take. It seemed like he was trying to take this girl home.
How
this
old was
young
he?
girl. Oh man, in his 50s, right?
Yeah, and she was what, 22,
She was
23?
in her 20s, right? So basically, they're giving him a hard time. Like, look at this fucker because he was acting like a badass and all this or something. I don't know. We weren't there.
The only thing I heard that whole night sitting at the bar was, because the guy was sitting next to me and Seth, was they turned to him and said, leave her the fuck alone. She's way too young for you and has no interest in you.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much
Right.
it. And then Seth
And then
and
everybody
I,
started laughing at this dude.
the
apparently.
guy
He got his
freaked
feelings hurt.
out on Seth and I because our tab was together. And
The guy did?
the guy was next to us. When they brought our tab, mine and,
stabber?
yeah, mine and Seth's tab were together on the same receipt. And I said something about, well, we need to have this separated because in this state, our relationship isn't recognized yet. And the guy, like, pushed himself away from us and, like,
So-
freaked out.
I might have got stabbed from homophobia.
Could have been. Not
All
saying
right,
anything.
so that happens. I still have not said any words to this man.
Do
Even
you
I don't
have
even haven't even
therapy?
recognized this guy. Like I didn't see him. I hadn't done anything. So you know how it is when the bar closes. Everybody kind of straggles out all at once. All the stragglers and everything. We were
Unless
leaving.
You work here, or you fuck somebody that's working here.
Right.
Or get the fuck out.
So we all started to leave,
And it was snowing.
and
Oh, even better.
basically my buddy that had words with him, what this guy did was he walked out, went to his truck, and waited for all of us to leave. Well, we started to walk to the our vehicles and go home.
Let's paint this picture. My car was up against the front door. We're in the first spot. All their
Sean's
cars,
was all out front.
all them parked against Roof Snow.
Yeah,
Like, you have to go through the front spots, through a middle spot,
right.
to those areas. They're way back there, and the guy's waiting for them, sitting next to their vehicles.
So my buddy's brother was there, and him and his brother start to go to their vehicle. I'm walking with two girls, and they're in front of us, and I went to the driver's side window, and I saw that it wasn't my buddy, it was his brother, and I was like, oh, what are y'all doing tomorrow for Thanksgiving, because we're going to have people over and stuff, because, no big deal or anything like that, kind of. And I saw that it wasn't him, so I walked around to go to my buddy's side, and when I walked around to go to my buddy's side, and the two girls were kind of at the back of the truck waiting on me,
Mm-hmm.
as I started to walk around to my buddy's side, this guy comes out of nowhere, in between, the girls are here, I'm kind of right here, here's the truck, and this dude comes out of nowhere and just comes in and stabs his tire. Just, psh, like that. And then the next thing in front of him was me. He turns around, was like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? And then he just freaking launched down on me. And so what they think happened was was me going, oh, like that, blocking the knife, and he just went.
So when he came back up, he stabbed your buddy in the chin.
Yeah, well, then he takes off. And I start yelling at all them, Dustin and all them. Everybody's like, "Whoa, stop that guy, just fucking stabbed me." And everybody's like, "What?"
I'm in my truck.
And then
I
everybody
had started it up, and I look in my rearview mirror
blood's gone
and see chaos going on behind me. So I throw it in reverse because I'm thinking that him and his buddies are in a fight. And I'm like, there's some bigger guys. They're going to need some help back there.
Mm-hmm.
When I swing around, I see blood flying through the air,
Yeah.
his buddy's face being ripped open.
Yeah.
Okay, Seth grabbing for the knife, Seth's hand being ripped open.
Yeah.
And this guy,
We're yelling for them to call the cops and stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep
At the
them held
bar.
down.
the guy, they finally hold the guy down. I see, can I say this? I can say this now, right?
What?
What you did to the guy's head?
Well, I mean, everyone knew about it. Everybody knew what happened that was involved.
So-
even the DA said,
They hold him down, and Matt is pissed and just bouncing this guy's head off the concrete
Yeah, I
like a
was mad.
basketball with
So-
his foot. Just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
So finally, everybody backs off, and the guy squirms out,
somehow gets out from under them.
takes off running.
Yeah.
So I'm still.
Meanwhile-
I had jumped out of my truck,
I look up and
blood.
like this girl, one of the girls I was with was bawling, screaming for me to
Screaming.
stop. She's like, "Stop," crying, and it kind of just hit me. Then I was like, "Okay, I need to calm down," and I was getting a little lightheaded, and so
No one had realized how much
they
blood
go
was
to the
everywhere.
they go to the porch, and then that's when like the cops everybody showed up, and I got hauled into an ambulance. I didn't really know how serious it really was until and that crazy girl tried to get in my ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yes, the girl that started the whole thing that nobody knew. This girl.
I thought it was
Too
I
young
thought it was
and
your
obviously
buddy's
not
younger
interested.
sister.
No, that girl had nothing to do with anyone,
Anybody.
Just that
Not
dude.
related?
That girl was some bar floozy apparently that had hung out up there all the time. I think that's what I heard.
And were they trying to take her home?
He
She
was.
Oh, he was.
He was
your
trying
buddy.
To, yeah, Sean.
Was.
They didn't have anything to do with her. They were just
They
look
were
at this
just trying
guy,
to take
this
her home.
jackass, being
Okay.
a jackass. So, but anyway, she tries to get in the ambulance, and the medic's like, "Do you know her?" I was like, "Fuck, no, I don't. Get her out of here." And she's like, "You got to go." And then about that time, my baby mama shows up, and she's about to have the baby in 2 weeks, and she's freaking out because she heard about it from the cops, and the cops were reporting me as about to bleed out. Like everybody was saying, he's pretty.
He
much
turned.
done.
By the time
So-
I came back,
So they.
I'll tell my story, my
Yeah.
half of it, because I went.
So
I went
didn't-
after the guy.
I didn't really realize. Yeah, him and Seth took off to the.
I went after the dude.
after the guy. So I didn't realize how actually bad the situation was until I knew it was bad because the cop wouldn't take his hand when the first cop that showed up pretty much held my arm together and wouldn't let go. But then I didn't. Once they started loading me up, I was like, okay, the EMTs are here, we're good here, and everything. No, the guy that was working on me starts beating on the door and yelling, "Let's get the fuck out of here now!" And then I was like, whoa.
We got a code blue.
Well, he didn't say anything like that, but he started yelling at the driver, and they're like, and they called out that I was going to JPS for major trauma. And then I was like, fuck. And then I was like,
JPS? Fuck!
yeah. Well, that's the best place to go in Fort Worth. Did you know
Yeah.
that for trauma?
Yeah.
Or
So
That
Harris.
got passed. Hey, that got passed on election night.
So
It did,
anyway,
yeah.
Way to go, Tarrant County.
so we're start hauling ass, and I was like, dude, am I good here? Or like, he's like, oh, you're pretty. It's nasty. He was like, but you're gonna be cool. And I was like, he's like, man, I just came back from Afghanistan. I've seen guys that have had this injury. He goes, but
From an IED.
yeah, he's like 2 inches over because if you see how it goes,
Oh yeah.
he's like 2 inches over. You're
Oh,
dead. You're dead out in the
You're
fucking. Well, he didn't
Dead.
say
You're
that
dead.
yet, but he was like
Dead.
Dead.
So here's the funny
Good
thing:
blood.
if there's anything that's funny that happened that night, so I had
Oh,
some
there's
pops.
a bunch of funny things that happened that
So-
night.
Yeah, he still has to tell his side.
Yeah.
I had some pops that night, so
Some sodas.
some sodas
That helped.
Sodies.
and probably some other things too. I don't remember much, but I do
Sounds
remember
wild.
this. I remember this when they. So another thing that told me that this shit is serious is when I got to JPS, there was like 20 nurses outside watching, and I thought maybe they were all there for like.
Fireworks
Or
outside
Seth,
over downtown
no,
Fort
I
Worth.
thought maybe Seth was worse than he was, and I thought
Oh.
Sean maybe was worse than they were.
Sean was there before you, though, wasn't he?
I don't know. I'm not sure. So
They took him straight into the ER.
well, they took him to. No, I think I was the first one there because they were trying to take everyone else to. I was the only one that was supposed to go to JPS, and the rest were supposed to go to that place down the street. But they got called off by someone else.
They went to JPS.
Said to go to JPS. So there's 20 nurses sitting there, and they start freaking like as soon as they start wheeling me in, they start working on me. They're like, and I'm still like, they haven't put me out or anything. They're just like start ripping my shit up, my clothes and everything.
So hot.
And I go like, so I had some relations with a nurse that worked out there a while back, and I was like, hey, I heard that you ladies like to take pictures of guys' dicks when they're out. Y'all don't be doing that if they put me out. And then all of a sudden this doctor comes, and the ladies are like, what the hell did this guy just say? And I was just trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the doctor comes like, Mr. Stubbs. He goes,
What accent is that?
he was like, I can assure you we do not do that here. I was like, okay. So they're working on, and about 5 seconds after that's when they put the mask on, and then they're
Bam,
like, shut
you're
this
gone.
fucking guy up now. I was like, y'all don't be taking pictures of my dick, okay? I don't know if I'm having a good day.
When my guys get here,
It's really cold out, okay? I just want to make that be known. When I was being wheeled in here, I caught a chill, so it was cold. Remember that, ladies.
and you let your boy.
Okay.
When my boys get here, you let them in here because we got to talk about the format of the podcast.
Yeah, and then the next thing I know, I wake up and Seth is walking by my bed with a Mountain Dew.
No, that ain't all we had.
Were y'all sneaking booze? In? Well, that's funny because, well, that's just funny. I never knew that.
Okay, so
Just like I never knew the thing about you and Seth. There's still things about the
Okay,
story
so-
I didn't know. I didn't know that you and Seth
so
were
here's
talking to him and acting like you were together.
Oh, that, yeah. So, as I see the blood, on my end of it, as I see the blood and chaos happening, and I see the guy squirm away and start running, I was halfway out of my truck.
It's really loud, isn't it?
I know it is.
Go for it. Just do it.
I did it.
And I jump back in my truck, and I start chasing this dude, and I get right up on his heels, and I made the decision in my head, I've been drinking. If I hit him, this will be something different.
Yes.
So I'm just going to chase him. So he runs around the backside of the building into the alley, and I follow him around there, and then it hits me. It's just me and this dude in an army trench coat in an alley, and I have no idea what's under that trench coat. No clue. He
I
pulled
thought
out a
Seth
knife.
was riding with you at that time.
So I'm sitting there at the end of the alley watching him, and all of a sudden I hear this bam, 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 bam on the side of my truck. And I reach into my little cubby hole and look back where the banging is coming from, about to fire a couple of rounds back there. 'Cause I don't know what's going on. All this chaos has broke out. And I see Seth's bloody hand just going up the side of my truck going, let's go, let's go. So I let him in the passenger seat. That's how there's bloody handprints the rest of the night down the side of my Xterra. Just like someone had just been murdered along the
Yeah.
side of my Xterra as we're driving around Fort Worth all night. So he gets in, and we follow the dude. I'm like, and I tell Seth, I was like, I don't know what's under his trench coat. I don't know what's going on. He's got a knife. We don't know where the knife is, but I don't know what else
And
is
this,
under
the
there.
thing that was messed up is the police went down the wrong. They were running around that place like Keystone Cop.
So, well, here's
Keystone Cops.
here's where things changed. Was like, as we get to the end of the alley, I just whip my phone out, and I dial 911, and I call and tell them and say, hey, there's a stabbing here at this bar. We can say the bar's name. They're not there around anymore.
I don't care, man.
What were they called at the time? I don't know. Stingrays?
Was it something like that?
Something like that. Anyway,
Snuffer? No, not Snuffer.
snuff film.
Snuffer's it? Nah, I can't. Shit, I don't know.
Anyway, it's the
fucking,
old, it's
the old
Stingray.
Papa
Yeah,
G's.
the old Papa G's. So we're following the student. I'm like, hey, there's been a stabbing here. I am following the guy that did it. I don't know if I should incapacitate him or what I should do. And they're like, the cops are on their way. Just stay on the phone. Just follow him and tell us where he's going. So he rounds the corner, and there's apartments behind the building, behind the bar. And he takes off in these apartments. Well, he goes around this one side of the apartments. And what's weird is he's staggering around. And he stops and throws up 3 separate times. And because he's drunk, and his head was just treated like a basketball. And so he takes off around this backside of the apartment. Well, Seth jumps out of my car and chases him, and I pull around the other side to cut him off.
Mhm.
And Seth supposedly got into an altercation behind the apartments where they wrestled a little bit. Like, he tackled him, and they wrestled around a little bit, and then the guy got away again. And when he came around the corner, he saw me and turned and went up into these bushes that was a dead end. And I was like, all right, we got him. I'm on the phone, and the 911 operator's like, there are cops 100 feet from you. They're coming towards you. Wave your arms. And so I'm waving my arms. I'm like, hey,
Yes,
over here,
you
over
don't
here,
want
over
to get
here, over
shot
here.
accidentally.
And they came up. They were drawn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They all had their guns out, came running up to me, and I was like, he's in there. They hit their flashlights, got him. And then they said, y'all are good. You just go back to the bar. And so Seth and I went back around the bar. He had just gotten the ambulance, was white as hell. His baby mom was there freaking out. And then Seth shows his hand, and they're like, okay, we need to take you also.
Mhm.
And so then, like, within 5 minutes, it's me and Chrissy and Aaron, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because Brittany was going with you.
No, she didn't. They didn't let her in the ambulance.
Well, she followed, right?
I told it was.
She didn't get in the
This
ambulance,
sounds
but
very
she
sexist, but I was
drove
like-
off.
I was like, I didn't think that Brittany was outside yet,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, dude, all the chicks gotta fucking go. And I'm not saying that as in like that we were followed by women, but I was like, none of those ladies are with us. Like, get them out, because that crazy bitch got in the fucking ambulance with us, and I was like, I just got fucking stabbed by
you
your.
floozy.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And I don't know, this is wild.
So
It's freaking really wild.
I think I took Aaron home. I took Chrissy to.
Oh, I thought y'all went straight to the hospital.
No, Chrissy went with Seth.
How long
That's
was
what it
I in
was.
surgery?
Chrissy went with Seth to the hospital. I took Aaron home, and I can't remember. She grabbed a bunch of clothes and got back in the car with me. But I was calling Chrissy, and I was like, "Where you at? You know, what's going on?" And she was like, "We're at North Hills Medical Center." And I was like, "Okay, who are you all with?"
Oh, with Seth with her.
Because I didn't know where you went. I didn't know where Sean went.
Yeah.
I had no idea where the ambulance went, and the cops wouldn't tell me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to run by the house real quick,
Yeah.
drop some shit off, and I'll be there. And
Yeah.
so I went up there, and as I pulled up, I walked in the ER, and they were walking out. Like, Seth was filling out all the discharge stuff and the paperwork because they had already sewed up his hand and bandaged it and everything. And I was like, okay, where's everybody else? And they're like, oh, no, Stubbs with JPS. I was like, what? And then we couldn't get a hold of anybody. We didn't know what was going on. So we, everybody hopped in the car, and we drove down there.
What do you know? That's one thing that I don't know either is how long that my surgery was. I have no idea how long it was. I know that
I know we got
apparently
there.
they kept going up to Brittany and making sure she was okay. Like, they're like, oh, your boyfriend's fucked, but are you okay, man? Because you're pregnant. You're with child.
Yeah,
They
you're
were
with
taking
child.
more care of her than worried about her more than
They didn't
me.
want her to go into stress labor. But I think it was, we got there about 3:30. And when we walked in, Sean's brother, friend, what was it? Whatever.
Well, it's
he
funny.
came walking out.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was like, hey, and we're like, oh, he told us where you were, told us where Sean was, that y'all had both were being operated on at the same time. And we ended up going into the lobby of the floor you were on,
Mhm.
the like waiting area, and just kicking it. And then we were all like, all right, we need alcohol, we need drinks, we need this and that.
Let's go to the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
So we started scrambling for stuff, and you got out. I know you got out and were in your room. The sun was up. It was like 6
Yeah.
a.m.
When I came to, it was light out.
Yeah, there was light out. It was like 6 or 7 a.m. We hung out for a bit, and then you wanted to rest, so we
Yeah.
left.
I started throwing up.
Yeah. So we left and went, came back to my house. Well, no, we went back to the bar.
What?
So we stopped on the way there.
You post game my stabbing?
No, hold on. We,
Go see how much blood it was during the daytime.
at 7 a.m., well, everybody's cars were still there.
This is what pisses me off.
So at 7 a.m., we stopped at 7-Eleven at Meacham and picked up like 2 12-packs of beer.
Yeah.
And then we went back up to the bar, and Chrissy wanted her car, and that's when I noticed for the first time that my silver Xterra had blood
All over it?
all over it.
Which-
And then Chrissy's car had blood all over it.
We should have had y'all take pictures of those, of the cars.
I thought we did.
So
There was blood all
here's-
over the
here's-
ground, but
here's-
they had cleaned it up.
Yeah, that's the thing I was about to say.
Yeah.
So this is one of the most agitating things about the whole ordeal was that the police officers and and I shouldn't say that the guy that worked on me was from Watauga. He was awesome. I think his name was Officer Rife, if I remember correctly. But the NRH guys, they fucking were in charge of they kicked Sam and all of Watauga off the investigation.
Yeah, because there were about 20 cop cars around.
Well, they
During all this. It
NRH
was crazy.
NRH, they fucking treated it as a bar fight. And so they washed all the blood that was all over the parking lot. They had Biohazard come in and wash the whole damn surface.
They kind of needed to because it was a fucking massacre.
But the thing is, that was a crime scene. They
It
should have had
was,
it taped
yeah.
off.
It was. They should have done everything like they were supposed to. Photograph
didn't-
it, blah blah blah. But they didn't
Yeah.
photograph it. They didn't do anything.
They didn't even look for the weapon till after the snowstorm blew in and blew out.
Yeah, it was.
Because-
I met with the investigator 3 days later.
Yeah, it was insane.
In fact,
They
I'm
dropped the
sorry.
ball.
The next day was Thanksgiving. Okay, so I didn't meet with them until Monday after work, and we went and walked the alley. And by then, that knife was who knows where.
Yeah.
If the guy,
He didn't even turn. He didn't have to process. They didn't even make him process. Like, he didn't even get charged with anything except like something stupid that night.
he didn't have to spend the night, right?
He didn't even have to spend the night. He left. Then he had to go back and be processed like a week later. His attorney finally took him in. This is fucked up. Okay,
They screwed it all up.
the legal system from top to bottom is a clusterfuck. And I mean that we've seen what's going on with the Trump collusion shit and all that, all that from the top, the very tippy top, all the way to the beat cop, the guys just working the streets. It's all a clusterfuck, and it has to be cleaned up. Because here's what pisses me off really bad. So I got a little DWI a while back, like probably over almost 10 years now since I got it. I fucking did more punishment and more shit for that, and this was a marginal. This was some fucking asshole DWI cop in Keller trying to, like, that makes his money off of DWIs, fucking pressing the issue and getting me fucking up my life for like 5 years. That motherfucker that stabbed me, they said it was aggravated assault, right, with a deadly weapon, which is pretty much attempted murder 2 is what it should have. And I was pissed off because I was like, why was there not a murder charge if the guy jumped on my friend's back and stabbed him in the mouth? He was trying to cut his fucking neck. Why was it not premeditated either when he stayed outside the bar and waited for us to leave? That means he had time to think about it. So you have meditation, you have premeditation, and you have attempted murder in my book.
Intent
So
to do a lot of
bodily harm.
It wasn't a
So
fight
why-
in a bar.
It was not
was
a
an
bar
attack.
fight, and
It was a clear-out
Tarrant
attack.
County completely treated it like it was a fucking bar fight, and it's like,
Well, did they treat it
like
that
I
way
said-
because Northwich and Hills put it that way?
it was it's
Is that
just
the reason the county-
the DA gets the case that's presented to him, and then they go off that.
And because since
Right.
NRH
If they
treated
was-
it that way,
right.
they fucked it up to
If
begin
NR
with.
if-
They had
if-
no other way to do it.
If it would have been on the other, if it had been across the street and been on the Watauga side, then Sam would have been in charge with it, and they would have fucking fully prosecuted, and everything would have been taken care of.
And it would have been you and Sam would have, gone
So,
nuts with it.
right. But since it was on the NRH side, they fucking they do these little tiffs. It's just like TV.
Yeah.
And so they called off the dogs. Like, we had to get some of the information from Sam asking. There was a lot of behind the scenes shit that fucking was mind numbing. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So, getting back to what I was saying though, I got punished worse than this motherfucker. He didn't do any time at all. He got probation for 5 years, which was the same as what I got, right, for my Dewey. And
Should have gone and fought
Last
him.
year?
Wait, he's
last
got one more year. Let's
He
go
fuck-
fight him.
I didn't tell you? Yeah, we got contacted. He's done.
He's out already?
Yeah, he got off his probation early.
Should have gone and broke his probation.
I was like, dude, like, when they called me to ask if it was okay, what I thought about it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I go, you guys have the nerve to call me about this and ask me if I care if he gets out early of probation? So anyway, the I don't know the only every single thing in my life that has to do with legal shit or using the law, like not taking the law in your own hands and just letting the due process happen, has failed me. Every single time it's fucking failed me. And it's because it's a money-making institution. It's not fucking about, like, if I sound like Obama. So if we were really trying to make crime better in America, we wouldn't allow privatized prisons. Privatized prisons, that makes it
Why are we making crime better?
Exactly, and that makes it a business. That's a business now. So we need these certain types of arrests, and we need to have this constant cycle of criminals. If we really cared about fucking getting crime better, we would start stepping up our punishments and stuff. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, there's been like 5 stories of crimes against children in the last 2 weeks. Devastating stories. Like, stuff that makes you want to just rage when you hear. And 2 of them have been local. And today I was talking to one of my buddies or yesterday I was talking to a buddy at work, and I was like, I know this sounds really crazy and bad, but if we did public hangings every 3rd Saturday or Sunday, like on the square,
I'd be dead.
Well, yeah, obviously all of us would get hung. But I think we took the Wild Wild West completely out of the law, and it's just been a clusterfuck ever since. Like, it's like we had no happy medium of where there was good law and good control of citizenship, like people going fucking crazy, right? And I honestly believe if we started stepping up and thinking about our punishments and not just like, oh, let him sit in prison for 30 years just wasting people's money and all that. Like, if we started stepping up the punishment and making criminals and people helping out the druggies, like separating drugs from criminals, hardened criminals. And you can do that. I mean, it's going to take some money and some people. We got to hire people to do this. But you can tell the criminals and the druggie, the guy that's fallen on hard luck and done drugs and stuff and needs real serious help, they shouldn't intermingle them. Because what happens is you get this kid that goes in for a charge, he doesn't want to pay any money, and he ends up going to jail for like 6 ounces of weed, and he goes in an innocent dude that just liked to smoke weed, and then comes out Aryan Nation fucking needing meth and wanting to kill everyone he can if you look at him the wrong way at a bar on Thanksgiving night. And that's a fucking glaring problem.
Have you listened to this season of Serial?
Mm-mm. I haven't revisited that since that one
the
major
first
case.
one.
Yeah.
So season 3, she's up in Ohio, in Cleveland, playing with the justice system and seeing how things work and how wrong it is and how just shitty the entire justice system and how that reflects upon the U.S. because that's supposed to be the best justice system in the U.S. or whatever. And just
Cleveland?
how people get
We suck.
Ohio.
Oh.
Just how shitty it gets.
Yeah.
Are you no longer Hasidic Jew now?
Yeah, it's getting hot.
It does
You
get hot.
got me fired up talking about this damn legal system.
But
I don't care about me getting stabbed, but the legal
the
system
legal
is what
system
pisses
does
me
suck.
off.
That's why I don't do anything illegal.
I
don't want to
you know
deal
what?
with it.
Honestly, I recommend that. I recommend.
What are you looking at?
I
So,
do plenty of
let me
things
ask you this.
illegal.
Let me ask you this.
I do.
I do a
not
lot
to
of
drag
illegal things.
So not
I
to
do.
drag you into a bad place, though. But let me ask you this: the serial killer.
Okay.
How many priors did he have?
Oh. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he already had on his record.
Oh, that they didn't tell you guys all that shit.
No, like, I got to find all that kind of stuff out whenever, like, I started doing some digging. Like,
You had to do the digging. No one told you.
No.
Oh.
I guarantee you, he had priors.
He probably.
He did. He wasn't just a guy.
But
That's
since
like,
what, like, because like my DWI, my second DWI, was the same time of, like, I was getting out of Mansfield the same day that they apprehended him in East Texas, and so they extradited him back up to Alaska. So while I was waiting for my whole trial and everything to go through, then he was just, toying along with the FBI and all that.
Yeah.
But, like, we didn't really find any of that out until after he offed himself.
Yeah.
And, like, I got out of county. So.
Yeah. Well, like, so I don't know if y'all heard this story this week, but there was a dude, some good dude out in the country. I can't remember where. You could look it up if we had a producer that could do it for us. But he got hit in the middle of the night by a guy that was he had done prison time. Like, I think he had like all these crazy ass crimes ranging from indecency exposure with a minor to like drugs, and just kills this fucking dude trying to work, make a living out in the country, just plows into him, leaves the scene. And he'd been missing for 12 hours, like the guy that did it, that took off from the scene. He'd been missing for 12 hours, and then finally was just walking down the road, all beat, bloodied up and stuff, stumbling around and everything.
Was it down in Cleveland?
I think so.
I think, hold on.
But why is this fucking jackass walking around? It doesn't make sense. All these crimes that keep happening by repeat offenders that's fucking infuriating.
The guy that stabbed you, did he have previous stuff?
I don't know if he had any violent ones, but there was some stuff.
There was stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if it was what it was, but I don't think he had a violent past.
That was the first case of violence.
I think.
Do you think, how many people do you know have a clean record?
Like completely clean?
Completely clean.
Play the crickets.
Right.
The traffic tickets don't count.
I would say that dude that listens to our show and jammed with us once that's in the CIA, he probably has a pretty clean records. Anyone that's involved in law enforcement that I know, I would say is pretty higher than your traffic cop. Like Howie.
What about?
I doubt Howie
What
has
about
any kind of record.
Matt Thomas? You think he's got a clean record?
Yeah, probably.
Because he hasn't got caught
crime,
yet.
maybe?
The body's under his house. Here we go.
No, I don't think
No.
Thomas has
You don't
a
think
record. Just because
Thomas
known
doesn't
him,
have a record.
I've known him since he was for a while,
Yeah.
and I've never gotten that call. Fuck you, what Thomas did, man. Motherfucker.
You didn't get you've never got a call?
No, what'd he do?
He's Thomas.
I need to. It's funny.
Can you get me out of jail? I need
figured-
someone to post my bill.
I figured you would do it because you're a criminal too. No, I'm not a criminal, Matt.
But I figured you'd figure out how to get me out of here. Can you bust me out?
What'd you do?
It totally was Cleveland, and it's basically the guy that got hit is friends of our family.
Sorry.
Well, not directly. Like, it's like
It's a very sad
degrees.
story.
7 degrees of Baptist church going.
The guy that
mean,
passed away, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But, like, looking at the dude, like, I mean, it's like a Fox 4 clip and everything, but, like, looking at the dude, like, he never should have been on the street.
Hell no, man.
You know?
But is he one of those guys?
Wait, I want to know what Matt Thomas did. What did you do? What was the charge, Thomas?
I finally got tired of Shelly's son, and I cut him up into little pieces and threw him into the...
God, Dustin.
Why is that
You
mean?
went way. I didn't know you were. Jeez, man. Can we delete that part?
No, we don't delete anything anymore.
Why have you gone to that policy? You just. I'm like trying to joke around, and all of a sudden you make this morbid fucking joke.
Because I'm waiting
And
for...
that's the only
I'm
reason.
wait-
And that's the only reason why I'm the only one that comes and hangs out with you guys.
I'm waiting for
more, dude.
And we got Thomas's response in the chat room. He goes, "God damn, man." I don't think I've ever seen him use that.
Who, Thomas did?
Yeah.
He's like, God damn, man.
God damn, man. Oh, shit.
You didn't have to go there. God.
You always go for the hardest thing because it's funny. Like,
You went for the hardest thing.
No,
Don't
that's-
put me in this.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in comedy, you always go for the hardest thing.
Yeah,
because
keep the fucking
he would never
pedal
do
down.
that. He would never do that. You know better than Thomas. He doesn't have a hateful bone in
Either
his
go
body.
hard or don't go at all, right?
But can you see him feeding a wood chipper limbs of his son-in-law? Their stepson.
Whoa.
Good night.
It's funny, isn't it? It's a good visual.
All right, man.
All
So
right.
that's this story.
So that's the story.
Let's get on to some
Happy
positive stuff.
Stabbsgiving.
Happy
Thanks, man.
Stabbsgiving, everyone.
Yeah.
So did you do anything interesting this weekend?
This weekend. Man, I'm getting old. It's getting really hard for me to remember. Just 3 days, right?
Yeah, just 3 days.
Just 3 days. I had one girl over. I'm talking about my daughter because it was my weekend. I'm trying to think. I think we did something. I watched football.
You watched football?
Yeah, something's
I
smoking
didn't.
in here. Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh, I saw a bunch of
There's a bunch of smoke rolling across there, and you're like,
yeah,
"What's
it's
going
like,
on?"
what the hell? Is my computer smoking?
Delayed.
And then I remembered.
Still trying.
I went and played Grown Up War.
Yeah. Where was that at this
If I
time?
were to take my clothes off right now, which I can if y'all would like me to,
You've got a lot of pings and
I
pongs.
have. It looks like a
Oh, I
blind
went-
doctor did an allergy test.
I
on me.
ran some.
You too?
As long as we're talking about physical activity, because you have to run your ass off doing that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
I was
did
beat
run.
down.
I ran about 3 miles. I'm not ready to do another half marathon, but
And then we went to
by run I mean a lot of walking.
on Saturday
Progressive walking.
on.
Wait, no, I'm not done talking about your shoot 'em up game.
Okay, go ahead.
Did y'all win?
No, we got our ass beat.
Was it by kids?
No. There were. This was professionals from all over the country came in
It had a big thing.
and had a big
Did y'all
thing.
barbecue and stuff out there?
Yeah, you could if you wanted to. But we went out. We played Saturday, all day Saturday. I got there at like 8 a.m. I pulled out of there, I think, at 9 p.m.
Did you kill a bunch of people?
Oh, I killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I've got a necklace of ears in my.
When are y'all gonna do the Claymore?
Yeah, we need to buy some of those.
How much you said that's a real thing?
That's a real thing.
BB filled Claymore.
I'm gonna set one up right here for when you come over one Tuesday, and when the door opens, pop. Fuck. Lots of grenades went off. I got a lot of footage. I've got a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, you went pink in it?
Yeah, I got a picture here of Dave you'll love. Well, I might have to edit his name out.
Do y'all practice this stuff or just go out there
No.
and do it?
There's no practicing. It's just go out there and shoot your friends. Look how military this is.
Good Lord.
He looks badass, don't he? But it was fun. And then Saturday when I left, I changed my clothes on the road and went to. What are you looking at now?
No, it's just crazy, man.
Is that
This
what
looks
he
like
is?
Call of Duty.
It is. And they're metal, aren't they? Look at that. Look, he's off throwing it. I'll throw it to show the camera. You can't really see anything. I mean, look, we get it. Yeah.
Very nice.
So he's in Korean hexagon camo, if you want to get technical. But I changed on the way home and went to Zach and Rebecca's bachelor party.
That's right.
Bachelorette
How was
combined
that?
party. We met at the Rockwood golf course, or Rockwood
Did y'all play? Did you
uh,
go do some go-karts?
go-kart track. Yeah, we did that. God dang it!
Put your phone on vibrate.
It's the drummer from King Diamond, though.
He won't know if you have it on vibrate.
I know. But we went and rode go-karts around the track, and they played mini golf. It was fun. I got there like they'd already played a round. They were in the second round of mini golf, and then they already rode the go-karts, so I only rode the go-karts once before.
Wedding's coming up, isn't it?
Guess who got in trouble on the go-karts?
You.
Yes.
For what? Going the wrong way or something?
Throttle it too hard.
Drinking.
No. Driving too hard.
Yeah.
Driving too fast.
Yeah.
And they said I was, well,
You can't be that aggressive, man.
I wasn't hitting anybody.
You can't drive like you're driving
No.
on 820.
You can't drive with it wide open.
No.
No, it's just a lawnmower motor.
And they said, do not drive with it wide open and do not feather the brake as you're going around corners.
Did I tell
So
you
what-
about
So you did exactly that.
No,
He didn't do
when
that.
they pulled me in.
Oh yeah, he did exactly that.
They told me to come in and said, do not ride with the gas wide open because I'd found the line. It takes 10 minutes to find a fucking line at a go-kart track
What was the name of this place?
where you just, the Rockwood go-kart. So where you can just hold on the gas and never
That means
lay
nothing
off.
to me. Where's that place at?
University and
Across from Rockwood Golf Course.
yeah.
There's a go-kart place there?
How long you been in Fort Worth?
I don't go to those parts, man.
they don't speak
It's-
a lot of English around there, and he don't go there.
It's by the cemetery.
I know
It's by our office.
it is. It's right down the street from y'all's
Right
office.
on the skirt of the cultural.
Do they speak the English?
Well, I mean, a little further west or east,
But
and you're
they-
right there at Pequeño Mexico.
I'm racing around, and then my engine dies. I'm like, what the hell? And they flag me in, and they're like,
Oh, they have a quick, like
Yeah,
a
kill switch.
remote
they have a
kill
remote
switch, huh?
kill switch. So they pull me in there, and they're like, don't race wide open. Don't feather the brake. And I'm like, okay. So then I take my foot completely off the brake, and I just hammer it down and find the line again, and just don't stop. Because you don't have to let off the gas. Once you find the right line, you can come around the corner, hit the outside, come back in.
I love
You know,
doing
just
that.
barely hit the outside. You're hitting the corners just right. You never have to lay off.
Man, do you remember that place?
And then
over
they got
by,
mad. They pulled it when they pulled us all in. The guy was like,
pulled all of y'all in?
"Well, once it was done,
Oh yeah, after
the guy when I got out, the guy was standing above me. He goes, "You found the line?" I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "I wasn't feathering.
What's
I'm
the
used
deal-
to a shifter card. I've
What's the
raced shifter
deal
cards,
with how much did it cost
so $6 for
for how many times?
I don't know a lot. We were there and there. I think we were racing for like 10, 15 minutes.
Mm.
I mean, it was
there-
enough to where it started hurting.
The prices though, did you see if they had like an all you can race deal or anything? Like you could do it all night?
I don't know, but Mount Asia does that because Aiden and I got in there on one day,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yeah, just come in whenever you're
Those-
done."
Those cars are.
Yeah, kind of.
So, do you remember the place over by 635 and where Loop 12, that badass place that had the
Mhm.
dragsters and had the you could bungee jump and all that?
And it's
Those
still there.
cars were
Would haul
badass.
ass.
Yeah.
We know there's a place.
Is it
in-
still there?
Yeah, I think so.
What was that place called anyway? Man, we did radio station promotions
So
there all
there's
the
a
time.
place in Rockwall,
Yeah.
on the other side of Dallas, that Jason and I want to go to because Speed Zone. RoboTuner said Speed Zone.
Yeah, that's it. Speed Zone.
Yeah, RoboTuner. I got arrested racing go karts one time.
Oh. Okay, go ahead. Tell me about this place in Rockwall because I got a place that I got to tell you about that
No.
I visited in Louisville.
That is the fastest place in North Texas because you can race shifter carts there that will go 90 miles an hour.
But they don't just let anyone do that, right?
You gotta. I think you have to work your way up to 90s,
Yeah, they
but the
gotta-
ones you get in at first do 75. That's enough. Let's
yeah,
go.
But will they class you up that high that day?
That's the starting carts.
Goes 90 miles an
No,
hour.
it goes 75.
The starting cart goes 75 miles an hour.
And you got to know how to shift them, but
They don't
it's
allow
not good.
booze at this one, do they?
No, and it's a giant indoor karting facility.
So there's a place over in Louisville, right off of 35, right there at Corporate,
Uh-huh.
and it's called Glow Zone. You heard of this?
It was a rave place. Is that-
Kind of.
It's like
It's
strong.
It's all.
Or is it
it's
Glamorous
kind of-
Ladies of Wrestling?
It's all black light. They got carts. They got.
DNA testing?
I guarantee there's DNA all over that place because it's dark.
We got to decorate this place.
They've got a bar. They've got a rope course. They've got putt-putt. They've got a rock climbing,
All in black light?
all in black light.
That sounds
Like
extremely dangerous.
I know.
Let's go.
Yeah, and a bar. Did I say that? A
Oh,
bar.
yeah, even better. Let's go.
Yeah.
So here's what came
Oh,
down.
and one more thing. Zip lining.
Let's
And-
go.
Yeah.
Can I zip line into a go-kart into a rope track?
Just do James Bond,
Just
like
like
Mission
it's
Impossible.
It's a
Dun dun dun.
triathlete
dun,
event.
Dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. Seth.
give me a tissue. I have some more over here we can hit here in a minute. I should play.
You know,
during
go ahead
that.
and play one. Go ahead and
What?
play one.
How about this one? Let's see.
Yeah, let's hear some
Let's
stuff.
turn this up, and let's make sure this is up.
There's some treats that
This
we
one's
got.
this one's my favorite, maybe.
Some Thanksgiving treats. I'm sorry? Pardon me?
I like that one.
I'm sorry.
I like that a lot. And then you have.
That could be a cult leader. Yeah, call people to call me.
I'm sorry.
That could be a cult leader. Yeah, call people to call me.
Where's that gut come from?
Oh,
Like
that's
all of a
that.
sudden her voice just got like.
That may be the edit.
Do it again.
That could be a cult leader.
I don't know. She did go ahead. Yeah, that one. I thought there was an in
Natural.
between the lines.
That's awesome. Do it again. Do it again. One
I
more
love
time.
that one.
Isolate the.
I can't do that with this.
Yeah, we
app.
can.
I mean, I can later. I can't right now.
It doesn't.
That could be a cult leader. Yeah, call people.
I like that one. That could be a cult leader. So what happened that night is the challenge was kind of thrown down. There will be a Funky Town podcast versus JJTM
We'll dominate.
miniature
we'll
golf
dominate.
tournament.
Oh, miniature golf tournament? I thought we were gonna do racing.
That wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I used to race.
Let's
so
do
that's
it for
not-
charity. Let's do it
So-
for charity. I'm all about charity events, and we never get them together. We always say we're gonna do good.
Let's
things,
do it. We're gonna
but
have.
we never fucking do.
Well, can the Fort Worth Weekly sponsor it? Can we? We don't. You just say you're sponsoring. You don't have to give us any money. We'll just put your name on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
What
Yeah.
cause? We got to talk about what cause we're
business
gonna do it for.
Yeah. Here we go. Title sponsor. Right here.
We need good karma. We got to start working all this bad mojo out of our system because
So here's what we need
We're-
to figure out.
got one foot in.
Mhm.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm
Mhm.
43 years old.
This was my idea today. Okay.
That getting back to the miniature golf.
The miniature golf tournament. This is my idea. I threw down to them today. Was we have either a 2, 4, or 6-man team. Okay. And you tee off in groups of 4. So it'd be 2 from JJTM, 2 from Funky Town, go. And then the next group is 2 and 2, and the next group would
like,
be
so
2
we're gonna
and
do
2.
like the Ryder Cup
Kind of like the Ryder Cup, yeah. But we either
sports.
so that way it gives everybody that's on the shows a place since
Yeah.
they outnumber us, and
Yeah, we don't have any friends.
so,
So does
Jesse,
that
would
mean
you play on
when,
our
when
team?
is this?
Would you play
Jesse's
on our
in.
team?
Yes, I would be on your
all
team.
right.
Cool.
So and we build out a team of us 2 and then 4 others, us 3 and
Yeah.
3 others, and then the prizes would be best single person overall,
Right?
best twosome, and then best overall
The
team
team.
wise.
That's the prize. That's the
That's
cup.
that's the big cup.
That's the
Okay.
cup.
That's the big cup. So it's the big team, and then we would play.
How could we?
We have
how
to
could
figure out
we-
how many holes we got to do.
So how could we include charity? Like, how could we not just be narcissistic assholes and be like, it's all about us?
How do y'all do things with charity?
Yeah, how do we do that?
Not the stripper.
We're not good at. Pardon me.
Charity, the stripper. We know her. We're not including her, right? You're talking about real charity.
I don't think we're allowed within 500 yards of her.
Okay.
Whoa.
More so.
Let me get to my 1 year mark, and then I can answer things on that kind of level when it comes to
1 year mark,
nonprofits
okay.
and where money goes.
I'm thinking this will happen once
Has-
it warms up again.
If you listen
Yeah.
to our show, by the way, thank you, and go get mentally evaluated immediately.
You might need help.
But,
RoboTuner wants in.
So if you have any time or have knowledge about how you can do things for charity, like things and stuff, like
And ideas.
ideas and miniature.
Well,
'Cause we wanna do
okay,
miniature golf
so
right
the
now.
thing was, Jeremy sent us a bunch of stuff on how to do a big golf tournament.
Yeah, we're
and
not
that
ready
was
for that.
we're not ready for that.
No.
That's huge.
We've talked about that with Do For It Records.
We have, and there's a lot of interest with all the Do For It.
It's just
There's
there's
a
a
bunch
lot
of
to
other
it.
outside sources that want
I
to do
think
it.
you got to have Skrilla to do a golf tournament.
You gotta need about $500.
Yeah, you need some
That's
people
all
throwing
it
in
takes.
well, you do need some sponsors and other stuff like that.
It's
Throw in
500
boards.
throw in.
But you need sponsors. You need to have
To
all
shut
that
down a
stuff
golf
lined up.
course for a whole morning, you just need $500.
Yeah, because there's companies that come in and take care of all that for you.
Yeah, but we're not going to have those companies, I don't think.
I was sent all the companies to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's do the
I
golf
mean,
tournament then.
I do
But-
have some connections, but I don't think we need to do a full-on golf.
You wanna start the
tournament.
miniature?
I think
Okay,
we
I
we'll
should
want
start
to
off
do
small.
mini golf
do
tournament.
mini golf the
Okay.
first
Mini
year,
golf.
and then see
And
where
then
we go.
Jeff threw in, well, and then we could do disc golf, and I was like, no, that will not be fair because all of us over here play
And we got a guy
all the
that,
time,
we
and
got
I
a
have.
sleeper that would fly down here.
It's been a minute since I've played, but I've got a pretty mean tomahawk.
All right, there we go.
And
You throwing it with a dragon?
You know what we could do as well? This would be cool, but
I was throwing my tomahawks with the dragon.
fishing.
Well, see, there's always been a fishing thing, and we really wanted there to be a fishing competition at the camp out.
No, I'm talking about like a time limit and everything.
Yeah.
Like you go out on a boat and all that cool ass stuff.
On what?
A boat.
A boat?
You
I'm
know,
on a boat.
like a boat.
Yeah.
Those things that float in the water
I
and
want to
stuff.
pull that out.
And you put gas in the motor, and then the propeller starts going. What are those things called? Those fucking.
But we could also go, like, there's that cool ass pond that Jeff and I went to in Northside that we
Shrooms?
talked about doing a fishing tournament out there.
You see the size of that fish?
And it's the same thing. It's got to be time limited, like, what, 2
Yeah.
hours, 3 hours, something like that?
I don't know. How do they do that stuff? I've never witnessed one.
Well, the guy I work with that's like a professional bass fisher
Just ask him.
used to, he was like, it's like a weekend thing.
Yeah, but there's
Like
only
they go
but they
out.
have segments, I think.
Yeah, you can only do certain stuff at certain times.
Yeah, and don't they send a judge out on your boat too? Like
I
a
think-
referee?
I think he has. I don't know. I can look up some of his videos. And
I
stuff,
think
'cause
some of
he's
the
on
stuff that I've
TV
seen
stuff.
is because I don't know if I told you, but I'm after my trip kind of got a thing for fishing again.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, let's
So
go.
did you.
Let's go with Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go this last week. Actually, I was gonna text Jeff this last weekend because I was gonna get out before it got cold and find a place where I could chunk off of and just see if he knew one around here because I know he does. And but stuff got in the way and I didn't do it.
Well,
But anyway, yeah.
let's go. I mean, he'll probably go this weekend.
But I think-
we should go Saturday morning.
But I think
This
I'm gonna
Saturday
be
morning.
dead on Saturday morning.
Why? Because of
Friendsgiving.
Friday. You can't have anything at Friendsgiving
I can't have a certain amount.
of alcohol.
Yeah.
You can.
Yes. Clear.
You just told me
when you're
one
keto
beer
Guido,
would destroy you.
That's because a beer has carbs in it. If you
Oh.
drink, if you're keto Guido, you can have a. That's one of
you
know
can have
how-
whiskey.
You know, I can have a straight whiskey, but you know how
Vodka?
right. You know how I go through these phases. I'm drinking Tito's and soda.
Yeah.
That's when I'm doing keto.
Can you have Tito's?
Keto Guido.
Or can you have Tito's and
Yeah.
Mio?
I think I've been permanently cut off of that.
So no dumpster fucking.
I think I've been permanently cut off of that. I think if I went and tried to buy
Not
Mio,
smashing your penis against
And it-
my front
and
door.
first of all, it wasn't just regular
Window.
Mio; it was the energy Mio.
it was the
Yeah,
We
and it was a
did
whole bottle
lot.
of Sean Puffy Daddy's.
What was going on that weekend? Because I was
Crock.
alone. You came here.
I
and
found
we-
your bottle of look, it's Puff Daddy's vodka, and
Yeah.
then I think
Sure.
you were here with someone, and I sat at your table or your island
It was just me.
and just got tanked. And then we're like, oh, we can go to the
Let's
bar.
go to
and
the
we went
bar.
to the bar.
And then we couldn't find you for a while.
You danced behind the bar.
I did dance behind the bar. We sang
we sang
karaoke that
some
night. We
karaoke?
sang, what did we sing?
Girls just want to have fun.
No.
Oh, do you really wanna hug me?
To the lesbian party
Yeah,
that was sitting right up front.
yeah. I'm pretty sure we butchered it. And then I tried Snoop
Oh,
Dogg.
we
and couldn't
did
even
butcher it.
talk.
I have the video on here somewhere.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And
Snoop
then,
Dogg.
then somehow,
I'm gonna throw up, Dustin.
we didn't drive that night, right? We had
Fuck
someone
no,
drive
I
us
didn't
everywhere.
drive. Hell to the no, I didn't drive that night.
Yeah. Because I
Dumpster
remember
night?
somehow getting home. Someone brought me home.
It's probably Brittany,
And there's like
because she was bartending.
10 minutes later, you were banging on my front door with your penis smashed against my
It's
glass
probably
door.
Brittany because she was bartending. She couldn't
Might have
get
been.
as jacked
Or
up
did I
as
take
us.
Uber? Might have been one of my first Uber
Uber might
rides.
not have been around then.
4 years ago? 3 years
It's
ago?
been more than that, hasn't it?
We were doing the show.
No, we weren't. We were still. I was one seating it up.
Oh, were we?
I think.
Oh, God. Damn.
I think so,
I thought we were doing
man.
the show.
Yeah, I think that was I was once eating days, which needs to be a show. Jesse, we're talking to you.
With,
we need to do a reunion show.
Or, no, we need to do a Deftones show with
Babes.
babes. Total babes. Yes.
Babes.
All right. So, can we talk about Friendsgiving? Their
We
bachelor
just
party was
mentioned it.
fun, but I want to talk about Friendsgiving.
Yeah, we
real
just
quick.
mentioned Friendsgiving. That's this
It's a
Friday.
Yeah, it's after Thanksgiving. And is this wide open to anybody?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so no one can come that's listening to this show, so we will stop talking
You,
about
we,
it.
if it's at my place, usually we do that. We throw it out, and I
So-
invite everyone. Like, I think Jeff's come by, and Susie came to one, and I think they've all come. No, Joe hasn't. I think
Joe has
maybe.
it, so we can't invite them. We can't invite Jesse.
This isn't at my house this year, so but I bet
I'll tell you what.
if you sent a text and said, "Hey, can my friend Jessie come?" She would probably say that's
I'm going to
fine.
send a text right now
Uh-oh.
to the queen bee in charge,
This is how fights start.
Miss New York,
What is it, Friday?
Miss Turkish New York. It is Friday. I'm going to just say, hey, we just told everyone
Our whole
on
podcast
the
show.
show
Mm-hmm.
that they could
Watch, my
come
phone's
to
about to blow up.
Friendsgiving, comma,
My
is
phone's
that
about to blow
all
up.
right? Or should I
Delete it.
edit that part
And then
out
say, "Oops,
of the show?"
we did it live on the stream, and we've got several thousand people watching us.
So let's see what she responds with.
Do we have numbers right now?
Of what?
Our pod numbers. I feel like we're falling off again.
No,
I
we
feel like we're
actually.
getting
I looked at
stagnant.
it the other day because someone asked me.
Yeah, what are our numbers here?
What
What are our Nielsen ratings?
Like
Let me
70.
pull up what Mixler shows when you look at it from the app.
Well,
I-
Mixler is
I don't
screwed
think-
up because it doesn't show everybody.
say,
If
Jesse?
you're not commenting, it won't show you in there.
What does it say?
I don't know. Let me look.
Uh oh, she's responding. Let's see what we get back with.
All right.
The little chat bubbles popped up.
What is
What is an active
what is
listening?
Mixler saying
There's
that
the
we
da,
got?
da, 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 da.
Is this our total listenership, or just who's listening right now?
She goes, kidding, right?
Like no. So
No.
watch. You can see it on YouTube.
Blame
Yeah, it doesn't
Keto Stubbs.
So no, for real, I want to know.
Mixler doesn't show.
I feel
how
like we're in
many
a
active
lull,
listeners.
a little lull here. I think our show is kind of being stagnant.
Do you want me to
lately.
go look at that up?
No, you don't have to. I was just wondering if you had checked
I can
it
tell you.
recently.
Analytics.
Yeah.
Anybody excited about Thanksgiving this year?
Yeah, hell yeah, I love it.
I
I
gave
love
you
Thanksgiving.
I gave you a
You
handwritten
do?
recipe.
I have a handwritten recipe over here.
Sheet.
You know what? Give me
Shit.
that. Can I
Right.
share the people?
Yeah,
Or is
that's
this a
fine.
family?
No,
This
I
is
like someone who's
a
making-
Texas family 4000 BX9 pumpkin pie cheesecake recipe that I'm going to flash for all of you. And I'm talking to you, Matt Thomas.
It does include the words.
And
crumbly,
Elise says, I would
and
prefer the entire
fluffy.
listening base
Bam.
not show up at my house.
It's upside down
Bam.
stuff.
Oh. This is why we don't do cool things on
Okay.
our pod show.
So we'll have
Here you go.
No,
And
if anybody wants that, I've got
it,
PDF.
so
format
only
of it.
half.
Email
show
Jesse at jesse.foster.email.com.
That doesn't even make
Jesse.
sense what I just sent her back.
No. What did you? I don't know what you said.
Oh, sorry. I
She
know this is for
goes,
us.
she goes, I would prefer the entire listening base not show up at my house. So I said, okay, so we'll half edit it so only half show up.
Now say, wait, you have a problem with all 67,000 listeners coming and celebrating the day of, wait, that's Christmas. Celebrating friendships and
I don't
giving
know.
thanks?
I don't know how to express the emoji that she sent back, but it was the flat lines and flat mouth.
Was it a bomb going off?
No. And it's not red, and there's no emojis.
There's no
Or
Sanskrit?
No, like.
Oh my god.
There's no Sanskrit?
She's going to kill me.
There's no
Because I
Sanskrit?
just... That's what I'm going to say next. I can't read your Sanskrit.
Just call her racist after this.
I said, you have a problem with all 67,000 listeners celebrating their friendships with us?
Yeah, what's the problem here? A true Friendsgiving
A
means
true
friends of the
Friendsgiving, do
podcast, too. And I consider everyone that listens to us, except the weirdos that stay at home and jack off all day long. Actually, you guys do.
Yeah.
I consider you all friends. Do you think anyone listen? Okay, I started thinking about this on the way into the Little Rock show today, right?
Oh shit! I was about
Do
to
we
put some-
have? Do you think we have? Okay, I'm going to name the profession, and you say if you think that
Should I
we have
respond
a
with
listener.
who can we invite? People that have Seth has had sex with?
Let's put that off. We're doing a podcast right now, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm just
yeah.
saying. I'm just like.
Just say too late. Sorry.
And I appreciate the invite, but I might have shit going on Friday.
Okay. Well, if you don't, just text us and we'll share our location with
Tell
you.
her that we had a
Show up
lot
there.
of people.
What are you
on the-
guys doing? Can I
a
come
lot
be
of-
an asshole?
A lot of people on the West Coast that listen to us that do
Yeah,
not
my
have
phone,
homes
right?
anymore, and we invited them to stay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So there you go. Tell her that. A lot of our friends lost their houses. And they're coming. Sorry,
Fire.
you can't turn. Man, think about it. What if the end turned away Mary and Joseph? You know, they at least gave him the shed. No pun intended. We're in the shed,
The
right?
major.
The manger, yeah. So, anyway, I want to play a game real quick because it got me thinking. I was wanting to know about our listenership. Like, I want to know who the fuck is listening to us. And so I'm going to name the profession. And out of those 67,000 people that have listened to our show, okay, you guys tell me if one of them is in this profession. You say yes or no, basically. Yeah. No. You listen. You here with me, Dustin?
Mm-hmm.
What did I just say? I'm going to be that teacher. What did I say then?
You were talking about how Back to the Future and 9/11 are related.
All right, so here's
Go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
doctor.
Probably.
You think we have one doctor that listens to our show?
A doctor of something? It doesn't mean to say that
Medical,
they're oh.
no, a
Robotutor's
medical
coming.
doctor, an MD. Do you think we have an MD that listens to us?
Yes, I know one.
Well, that does that. I guess, okay.
I know
Next.
an RN
Right.
too.
Oil field worker.
Those are a dime a dozen.
Dude, do you think we have an oil field worker, Jesse,
Probably.
that listens to our show?
Yeah.
Dustin, do you think we do?
Yes,
Out of the 67,000.
I know one that does.
See, I'm under the impression that all of them are bots.
That all
None
our
of them
listeners are
listen.
bots.
So-
No,
all
okay,
the listeners are bots?
it
Or
cuts
oil
the.
field workers?
Zoologist.
They are bots.
Do you think we have a zoologist that listens to the podcast?
Probably not.
Dustin? Zoologist.
Zoologist. Probably not. Do
All
we?
right. Detective.
Yes,
Absolutely.
the ones that the DA.
that are listening to try to take us in.
You said the DA listened to the show, so
He had, I don't know if he said he had listened to it because, he might have listened to it just because he wanted to know more about us, I think. I don't think he, was just, man, I know those guys. So,
Did he listen or did he go back and watch videos?
oh, we didn't have video back then, thank goodness.
Cool.
Stubbs,
All right,
do you consider
Two more.
yourself?
2 more, right?
Shoot.
Any one holding office, like mayor, governor,
Council person?
council person,
I don't think
anything
they
like that.
Yeah.
You think we do?
Probably.
Dustin?
I'd like to say hi to
Betsy Price?
Betsy Price.
Mayor photo op.
All right, how high in the government do you think that a person has listened to our show?
Oh, state level.
Oh, we have a state. Do you think we have a state level? You say that like you know it.
That's all I'm saying.
How are we getting away with doing this crass thing?
Stubbs,
They
do
don't
you
stop us.
consider yourself a
Come on.
local celebrity?
I do not consider myself a local fucking celebrity. We just had this conversation the other night. Why are we talking about this on the
Sometimes
podcast?
you should because, like I said, it gets potholes filled.
It
It
does.
does.
Yeah, it does. All right. I'm
Why
gonna
do you think
two,
those bitches are
I'm
glossy
gonna
now?
do, I'm gonna do 2 more, okay?
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna do 2 more.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna do 2 more, and the one that you're gonna think of right off the bat, you cannot. I'm not including him. Movie star.
Duh.
Stop.
You think there's a movie star that's listened to us?
Yes.
Sure.
Non-porn movie star? I'm not talking about the one, Dustin, that you've hung out with. What are y'all laughing about? What's
Yeah,
going
I'd say
on
so.
here? Joe,
What
what is so funny here? I feel like do I have some shit hanging out of my nose or something?
No.
I'm proud of you with no mouth queefs.
I haven't had any mouth queeze, have I?
No, you
Is this
haven't.
what y'all do when I talk too much? You're like, fuck.
No.
God damn, what's wrong with
Shut
him?
the fuck up. He didn't take his meds today. Fuck.
Hey, there's
Shut the
nothing wrong.
fuck up.
Sometimes.
All right, my last one.
Okay. You already said that.
No, the movie star was I had 2
Hey, I'm inviting you to Friendsgiving.
prostitutes.
Got that taken care of.
Definitely.
Why do you say it like
Yes.
that?
I know some. Not that I've used them, but I know they do.
Pardon me. What was that?
She woke up.
Well, what makes you a
one night.
prostitute? Have you ever? Is it when
I'm
you?
pretty sure you get paid for sex, and that's how it
So,
works.
if
Like,
you
I
got-
walk up to you and say, "Hey, Dustin, $20 if you suck my dick," and you go, "Okay."
And I just dropped to my
And
knees.
We do it.
Zip.
Yeah, I think that's how it works,
So-
right, Jesse?
I have no idea, but you'll pay for prostitutes, but you'll fuck a dumpster for free.
No, what?
I know she heard
Dude,
that
play
one.
another one.
because she's in here.
We've only made it 2 in, and we're like almost halfway done with the show. That was said?
There's a lot of stuff that was said.
Do that one again. Hey, Jesse, it's Stubbs. Me and Dustin need to talk to you about this Thanksgiving promotion thing we want
That's
to do at
not
Matt's.
Jesse.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's not me.
That's Jesse. This is Susie.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we're getting technical.
I'm not
here.
on the soundboard. Am I?
Susie! Not yet.
Nope.
We haven't
Nope.
cut it up yet.
What is this? How many
haven't cut it up.
visits? Is
You're
this
pretty
4,
good at this
5?
game, though. It's going to be hard to get
Are
you.
we still playing the game?
Yeah, what is this game? Are we done with your game?
No, I was going to have you play the
Zoologist?
drop when I said, hey, Susie, we need to meet. We have to talk to you
Oh.
about getting your life together, Jesse.
She said that about us going to Cult Leader together.
Oh.
You and her are going to go, and then I can get to tag along.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
So you get to be a cult leader?
No, she was talking about herself being a cult leader.
No, the
Susie
band
could be a-
Cult
oh,
Leader.
Yeah, she wants to go see cult
I
leader.
could
She
be a
never
cult
seen-
leader. I could get people to follow me.
Yeah,
See?
good luck with the sermons. We are gathered here to worship
No.
Black Jesus.
Black Jesus? She's the cult leader of Black Jesus? Like the Madonna
I
video?
don't know. It's her
Like
cult,
a prayer?
man. If Susie
No.
had a cult, what would their
It would-
mascot be? A fucking
Like-
rabbit or some
Wait,
shit?
cults have mascots?
I think, right?
Like, what was David Koresh's mascot?
It's hard, man. Fucking ask dumb
Oh, you
questions
might
in
be
this.
right.
And a machine gun.
A machine gun. Yeah,
And a
I think
guitar.
you're right.
And a Bible.
Hmm.
7 Seals.
Yeah. Branch
What
Davidians.
about those guys that all off themselves with the...
The Nike swoosh?
That was it.
Yeah.
Their logo.
Those
Oh.
were actually it was the Hellbot call.
Yeah. Heaven's Gate.
Yep.
Huh.
I fell into a wormhole the other day only because
Cult
those
wormhole?
Cortezes-
We
no,
do it every 3
No,
months.
there's been like so many like ads for the Cortez being brought back from Nike, and I was like, those weren't the same kind of shoes that the Heaven's Gate people wore. So
I thought they were Cortez.
no,
Yeah, I thought they were too.
decades. They were decades.
Oh.
The shoes were called Decades? Huh. Things you learn on a podcast show.
What?
Because I know a little bit about a lot.
Dustin,
of
do
things.
you consider yourself a local celebrity?
Fuck yes. Look at me. Look at my bling.
Come on, Blaine.
Look at me.
Jesse, you are a local celebrity, so we can actually
You
say
are.
that to you.
You run things.
Yeah. You put
You
things
run
together.
this town.
You know
Without
what?
You,
I guarantee you we could go to a bar right now in Fort Worth. You guys would walk straight in, and then they'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
who the fuck are you?
Yeah. That happens to me at Lola's all the fucking time, by the way. And they're like, whoa, 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 psh, $5. Like, what? Huh? But Dustin he just walked.
Well, tonight's a free
Yeah,
show.
we know Dustin. Who
But
the fuck are
you have to pay $5
You
to
gotta
get in
pay-
here.
That's what I love when the Me Thinks play. I always hit up Marlon. Hey man, can you guys put me on the list? He's like,
It's a
yeah,
free
yeah,
show.
you got no. He goes with it. He's like, yeah, man, I got you.
Oh yeah, and then you
He's
get
like,
there and it's a free
you're
show.
in, dude. Yeah, that show is a fucking free show.
Yeah, I got you on the list.
Yeah, and the thing that's funny is he'll let me say that to the door guy.
Hey, yeah, I'm on the list.
Yeah, I'm
Who
on the
cares?
list.
It's a free fucking show.
They're like, good guy,
Aw.
Neat.
neat. I'm glad you're on the list.
Aw.
And then I walk by him and I just walk to the bar like, yeah, I didn't pay a fucking dime to get into the show.
So.
And then Marlon's like, did you get in the show, man? Yeah, I put you on the list. It's fucking free, dumbass.
So last month we were down
We were down. Our numbers?
68,970.
Unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. We should just stop this whole thing.
Well, I've been thinking about it. We've got-
Oh, was this it?
Everybody, tell your friends. If you're in that 68,000, if you're a doctor and you're working on someone and you're listening to our jams, you heard of how you never
Stitch
heard of
him up with some JJTM.
yeah,
Yes.
you've never heard of Duel. You never heard of Mountain of Smoke or Mean Motor Scooter. You didn't know any of those bands until you heard us. So do us some love when that patient comes through. And he's like,
Hey,
I feel like you did a really
no
good
one
job.
knew who Henry the Archer was
Let him know
till they were on here.
about the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast show.
Truth.
So here's the thing that I don't think
Jeff
people
didn't know
understand.
who they were.
Even if you don't want to listen to us, but you've heard of us, go ahead and subscribe on iTunes because it makes us look like badasses.
Hey, if you want to do something fun,
And if we get enough subscribers, we'll have a party. We don't have any problems throwing parties.
go in there and write a rating review.
And make
Those
it
are
good.
funny. And make it good. Make
And
it silly.
Make sure you mention Stubbs
I want it
and his
silly.
long dong, okay?
No.
Just make it extremely long. Not
think
cold
so.
weather Stubbs.
Hmm.
Hot weather Stubbs.
What's the title of this one going to be?
So
sorry.
moist. The
But-
turkey was so moist.
but
You
for
gotta
real,
keep that bird.
when's the last time you went on there and rated? You're subscribed to us, right? On iTunes?
On
Door.
iTunes? I
I
am.
think I am
Are you?
subscribed to our own
I
show.
am.
Yes.
Is your boyfriend?
He doesn't have an iPhone.
God.
And for those
Blessed
that aren't
marriage.
Oh, he
subscribed,
did say, tell the guy said, huh.
Oh, tell him we said hi.
Yeah.
Does he have?
when
What
did
does
he
he
come
have?
along?
What's his? Does he listen to podcasts? Or is he not one of those podcast people?
Yeah, he does, actually.
Well, tell
Now that
him
he has-
whatever-
now that he has- okay, so the people that do listen to y'all show are the people that do have long commutes. I'm
Oh, there
sure
we go.
Che listens to the show whenever he goes out on his
Che,
runs.
are you subscribed to us, man, on iTunes? Have you subscribed to
Have
us?
you
on
reviewed
iTunes?
us? I
Have
hate
you heard the
listening to
good
shows
news?
that go,
I would
you
at
need to go
least-
review us.
I would at least hope the people that have been guests on your show at least listen occasionally.
Dave O'Hearn doesn't.
No, he doesn't. My best friends, they don't.
Because they have to
Hold on.
hang out with y'all.
And
all the
for
time, so why would they
y'all-
wanna
That's what
listen
they
to you on
all
the
say,
podcast?
too. That's
For
what,
y'all
that's what
that
Brittany says.
Do not
She's
subscribe
like, why the fuck would I listen to you do the same fucking rants that you do at the house? I'm like,
because they're funnier here.
It seems like you're painting me.
You know what?
a
Fuck your
negative brush.
Friendsgiving.
Whoa, that was late in the night. Play that,
that was
one
towards
again.
the end of the show.
Was
Was that last week?
Yes.
Okay.
She had a little bit of drink. It's fun.
So,
Oh, there's 3 times. Dang it.
all right, let's play this voicemail. While we've told everyone to listen to us, let's just lose all our listeners on this
Oh, wait,
voicemail.
did the guy call back? Did Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
It's Kevin.
Oh, yeah?
And this one's
Hey,
offensive.
hold on. Tap the brakes.
Hold on.
What?
Set up the scene on this
Stop.
one.
Do you know who
This
it is now?
one might be a little edgy. If you're listening to this show with kids in the car, there's something wrong with you. But I'm putting
You're
this,
giving a warning if you're easily offended.
this voicemail does not reflect the opinions or attitudes of the hosts of Jerry Jonestown
I'm not.
Massacre.
And hey, okay, there's things in this though.
Are you playing it?
No, I'm not taking responsibility.
No, are you playing it off your computer?
I mean, I can if you want. So here's the. You know what? I'm gonna let you so I can say he did it. Anyway, okay. Before you get way offended, I'm pretty sure this is a comedian or a writer or something because I don't think it's a real prisoner. By the way, I don't know. Maybe it is. But anyway,
I thought he was
this
out.
is the reason why. If you
Yeah,
listen to this,
obviously- No, because his probation officer is making him...
there's some little gold
And he
nuggets
uses
in
his
this
little,
thing.
little track phone to be able to call, and that's just part of
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
There's some things he did though this time that I was like, this person thought about this and wrote this out. Like
Okay,
there's some.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
This one's a big one.
I think it's Kevin Smith.
It could be. Me and him are pen pals now. All right, is that what you do on Twitter when you?
I never told you about that movie
Ping pong?
pitch, by the way.
Yeah, you didn't. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see.
People want to come out here talking about you need to vote, blowing up my MySpace page, telling me all this bullshit like that. You know what? Legally, I'm not allowed to vote, you dumb cunt. Technically, you shouldn't be allowed to either. Coming at me with your fucking purple and green hair and fucking thick frame glasses. Pissing me off. That's not why I called.
He sounds depressed.
So hold on. People are coming at him with purple and green hair and thick frame glasses.
I think he's talking about the Antifa crowd or something, maybe there, or the thick. I don't know. Who knows what he's? It's Kevin.
Remind me about
He's probably
Antifa here.
he's probably drank some of that freaking homemade prison tea that they make.
All right, let's keep going here.
The reason why I called is because I could get shit from my parole officer. I do this fucking shit to you motherfucking clown. Anyway, back to the matter. This country's going to shit. I'm tired of it. We got fucking you guys walking around charging
Sir? Could we say that?
The opinions of this voicemail do not reflect.
All right, go. Keep going.
Troy Hollywood, coming in there, pushing this agenda, wanting to get this motherfucking caravan going, throwing gypsies, thieves, and shit. And then we got these people that support Bearto.
Berto.
You know what? I'm tired of his ass. I'm tired of that fucking other piece of shit. Fucking Cruz. Yeah, that motherfucker who I know for a fact probably raw dog some 8-year-old butthole. And, don't get me wrong. Mission Impossible was a great fucking movie.
I think he confused Tom Cruise with Ted Cruz. What? Did you catch him saying?
Yes.
Play that part over.
I can't go back.
It's Kevin. If you're listening, man, it wasn't.
Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible has nothing to do with anything.
Raw
With the
dog and
election,
Ted
raw dog. All right.
And is he saying? Oh! God!
I don't even know what that is.
All I know is that this ain't what I fought for. This ain't the type of shit that I want in my fucking nation. I've had it. Yeah, now I gotta find my dealer to get the fucking roofies. I gotta get a nut out.
He said- He sounds stressed. Oh, Kevin, man, he needs to calm down.
Is
You're
this
not going to
coming
make
from
very
y'all's
good...
office.
Yeah, who is this? Someone knows.
No.
Is this what y'all do
Listen.
in your office?
What's the number on that? What's the number?
No, it's the same.
We can't
as
call
our
out.
number.
We can't call out the number, but
Because it's track phone and it changes every time he
It
calls
does.
y'all.
Actually, it does.
so do you know who it is?
No.
Oh my
And it's
god!
not,
Dustin,
it's not coming from
Do
us.
you know who it is?
Do you,
I have no idea who it is.
Do you gotta...
What's going on here?
No, I
you
just got a
doing?
message about my grandmother.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, do you need to stop the show?
Yeah, do we...
She fractured the heel of her foot. She will be in a boot for 6 weeks.
Good Lord!
While my grandfather is
How far
also
did she fall
in the
down?
hospital. Off a
It's just a-
curb. She's 89, 90.
Well, that sucks.
It gets around like a tank. That's what's crazy.
Think they gave her some donuts?
Probably.
Party?
You want to go to Paris? We'll raid my grandparents since both of them were in the hospital
A
now.
trove cabinet?
Oh my
Well,
god.
Kevin, man, I think you need to go to therapy. I would say they probably offer it at the penitentiary, right?
Well, the
Somewhere.
parole officer probably can get that set up for him.
Oh, that's right, the parole officer. He's out of prison. He's on house arrest. Is that what we know? What do we know about this guy?
Well, he's got a parole officer.
And
He doesn't say
parole-
anything about what.
Why did the
House
parole
arrest.
officer direct him towards us, though?
Well, there's your person in.
Because he had to call shitty podcasts.
That's his.
Oh, that's right.
That's
To
his
get
punishment.
back his toe back into society or something?
Just his
I thought
toe.
somebody- I thought
I don't
somebody
know.
cut it off and he had to get it back.
I don't know. I know he makes good pizza, though. I'm worried about him, though. I think the
You know who it is? If he makes good pizza. Oh, from
last
week.
show,
Yeah,
the
okay.
prison pizza.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Or was
Oh,
it 2 weeks ago?
yeah.
So, if I'm a little worried about him though, with the holidays and everything, he sounds a little down. Actually, we didn't. He sent that a while back though.
Did he?
Yeah. So he sent that right after the elections, I think, because
Well, that was
that's what he
last
was talking
week,
about.
right? That would have been
3 weeks
That
now,
would have been 2 weeks ago.
2 or 3. Second is the first week of
It was
November.
the 6th,
Yeah.
and it is now the 20th.
So we're
So-
2 weeks
So, yeah.
or 10. Yeah, I'm not good with that. Fuck. Almost 3 weeks. Right. All right. Well, keep Jerry Jones and Kevin. You keep
Yeah.
Jerry Jones and
Bring them in. I want to hear about how your Thanksgiving went.
And his friends.
If you in your Friendsgiving, if you
we
have
allow
Friendsgiving,
we should invite him.
you
Hey,
want-
Alif, can we at least invite one
Kevin,
person?
you're invited to Friendsgiving.
We're sending you a personal invitation.
He probably can't leave the county that he's in,
Yeah,
so
he's
we're
probably
safe.
on the
Unless he's in
brand.
Tarrant County.
They don't give him a pass. If you have an ankle monitor, they don't give you a pass for the
You have to
holidays?
go. You have to go before a judge, no matter
Say,
what.
hey man, I want to go
So fun
Hang
thing
out.
about county and Thanksgiving, that they actually give you like turkey
Mhm.
and mashed potatoes.
It's kind of a sad, funny joke.
It is.
No, it's real. Like,
It
they
is.
really do that.
Yeah, they did.
So,
Like I was in county at this. It was this time 6 years ago that I was hanging out in county. So happy holidays.
we kind of talked about this a little bit. No, we didn't. We haven't talked about that yet. Have we talked about this in the past about Thanksgiving being the night before Thanksgiving being the biggest night bars have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The biggest drinking night
which
of the
is
year?
funny because
It just would make sense because you've got so many out of towners coming into
Yeah.
town
and you're sick of your family.
And that's usually
already.
Yeah, you want to go get away.
well, and usually it's
I
like
would say that.
everybody you went to school with comes back into town, so you all go meet up at the bar and hang out. That's
would
usually
say-
my excuse.
I would say that and Christmas night. Christmas night's a big one too, where everybody goes out because it's the same thing too. You're so sick of your family and hearing the same shit over and over again, and your grandma that's accidentally says you've really put on some weight like 65 times that night. You're ready to be like, fuck you, I'm out. I love you, grandma, but
Take the leftovers to the bar and
yeah, go
eat and
yeah,
drink
eat,
a beverage.
drink, yeah.
So you don't just take the
Are
leftovers
you gonna go out tomorrow
and
night?
go home and
Tomorrow
be
night.
cavernous.
Tomorrow night.
That's the night before
Wednesday night.
Thanksgiving.
No, it's the Thanksgiving night is the
Well,
big
both
one, isn't it?
both evenings, but
yeah.
I believe that the night before
The
the,
night before
actual
is.
holiday of
There's-
Thanksgiving, that
And
there's
then
more
Christmas
people in the
night, the
bars.
day of Christmas, is
Christmas
the big
Day,
one. Is the big
Christmas
one.
Day night.
Is the big one
That's a pretty good one,
Thanksgiving
too.
Eve is the biggest drinking night of
at
the
bars.
Yes.
year. That's what this says. It's
Yes.
the biggest drinking
And
night of the
then-
year. And it gives 4 reasons. 1, nearly all Americans have Thanksgiving off.
Yeah.
2, no one wants to entertain the night before, so they go out and
Yeah.
drink.
Go out to
3,
eat and then have to go to the bar.
Everyone is home on the holidays, and that's when old friends meet up. And then 4 is Thanksgiving dinner is a perfect hangover cure.
True.
Sure.
I've
You
done
carve
that
up.
1,000 times. Well, I haven't been alive.
So you're
believe
are you going out tomorrow night? You going out tomorrow night?
Well, I'm not going to drink, but I am going to go out tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Great and Big Thing of Dream Records,
At Mass?
where the new home of Dreaming Life Records.
Yeah, because I need to know where to go on Record Store Day. Am I going to Mass?
Yeah, but
Okay.
just go to Mass now that Mass is open early again, like 2 to 8 is their happy hour, because the old game room where the pool table and the golden tee and everything was is now painted baby blue, and all of the Dreamy Life things are in there.
Cool. So the
I'm going to go hang out with my old buddy, D'Angelo Russell.
cool.
So
So
if y'all want to go hang out, we can. He'll be in town.
awesome.
I'm gonna go do the Mass thing and then probably go up to the chat room.
You want to go to the Mavericks game?
I would love to go to the Mavericks game.
That's where I'm going.
Did you see them beat Golden State the other night? I mean, it wasn't with Draymond
did.
Green or it wasn't with Steph Curry, but they still beat them fucking assholes. Durant got his ass beat. F you, Durant. You bad motherfucker. Come play for the Mavericks, please. Because I know you're not happy there. You don't like it. So that's the biggest drinking at a bar night is Thanksgiving Eve, and then I bet you right behind it is probably Christmas Day that night or Christmas night. I would say
When do the
Not
bars
Christmas
open on
Eve.
Christmas?
they usually open late, but then it gets packed like around 10 o'clock. Everybody shows up because of what I was saying. I want to get away from my family. I'm sick of being around them, and
Let's go
all
show
that
off on
shit,
your
yeah.
shit already.
so, do you know what I think I heard? I don't know if this is still fact. The biggest drinking night is, and when there's most DWIs and fatalities in car accidents.
New Year's Eve.
Nope,
A lot of people.
they do. They
Take
get
care of
set
shit.
up on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they take care of business a lot on that. I think that's the only reason it's not. Because that's what I
Patties?
said. Nope, Halloween.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
I got pretty trashed on Halloween.
I guess it's because people don't think about how they're gonna get home because they're so preoccupied with the outfit, I guess, and everything, and then they just go get effed up, and then bad things happen. Don't drink and drive, man. Uber, it's there for a reason. So you're gonna go to the Maverick game?
Yeah,
Shooting photography?
because I have a new camera.
So you're going to shoot photography?
I got to test it out.
You're going to take some pictures?
I'm going to take some pictures. Probably not of the players, probably of the ladies.
Well, that's cool.
Um,
I'd go with you if I didn't have my daughters.
oh, they're coming over. This is the time they will come see you. Because
Yeah.
earlier we were talking, it's whenever it's convenient for them.
Yeah, you know what Brittany's talking about doing too? Is taking all the kids' phones the whole day of Thanksgiving. And I'm like, that's not that bad of an idea.
That's kind of a good idea. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Are
Make them
your
check the
daughters
phones
coming
in
to Friendsgiving?
I haven't. Okay. I'm not sure yet.
They allowed to be around some of those people that are going to be there? Like Kevin?
Yeah. We need to check. We need to run a background check on Kevin. So you're going to the Maverick game. They play for Dallas. The Cowboys won a football game again.
I'm good. So now you're on watch with what you said.
Mm-hmm. I'm also.
Are you kind of panicking?
Nope.
Because also on Thursday, the other game I'm going to is the Cowboy game.
And guess
'Cause
who's?
I have to work that fucking game.
Guess who's QB in that bad boy? Remember when he pissed
Megan
us off?
Trainor. I'm only going for Megan Trainor.
Remember when he pissed us off? You obviously don't remember then. When we
I do.
went
I
and
do.
we were like, no, we got this.
Colt
Colt
McCoy.
McCoy ain't shit.
Yeah.
And then he sliced us up and won.
Yeah. Yeah.
You punched a hooker that night on the way out
So this needs to be the next bet because this is usually the bet I make every year.
with our
Is
Our buddy?
Wait, actually, Susie made something up about the bet last week. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Maybe I didn't load it up.
like a drop.
But there's a bet I have with my cousin,
Hmm?
Jeremy, who's
Redskins fan.
He's with the Austin Bureau of the JJTM.
Like thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, man.
You
all I
know,
gotta say,
you know
Jeremy.
that injury was 33 years to the
Isn't that
day.
crazy? To
of
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann. That's fucking ridiculous.
And just as gross.
just as
Like
gross.
Joe Theismann, that scarred me for life. I'll never forget that
I
happening.
was such a kid.
Oh
and
my
that
god!
just
I remember
made
my
things
mom
weird.
crying, and she
Uh.
hated because that was on the heels of right after Riggins left. All those badasses, like they were badasses, and there was a real rivalry. That's when they would throw Dallas Cowboys out of bars up there, and vice versa when they went out on the town. But, I mean, it was bad blood.
It was really.
There was
bad.
none of
That
this.
was good.
There was none of this good game guys patting each other on the ass when the Redskins and the oh
It shivved.
yeah.
Busting out shivs.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
I thought we were.
I thought she was about to strangle
Me
us.
too.
So
But I thought you were talking about the players of today, and you're like shoving.
So here's the deal.
But it was legit back then. They'd spit in your face. They'd fight.
So far, I haven't had to pay on any bet because the Cowboys have always won.
Not that Colt
Things-
McCoy game.
But now,
That first one.
do
The
I
Andy
place a
Tom?
bet with him
I don't.
about this game
Okay,
on,
here's my thing.
on Thursday?
I'm haunted by that game we went to when Colt McCoy lit us up. And you and I were cocky we're like, oh, pfft, we got this, because it was when RG3 went down.
I
We're
don't,
like, we got this.
and I don't think we bet on that game. That was the game he was at. And we all went down and hung out.
I hung out in the seats.
But we didn't make.
And
we
the
didn't
guy,
place a bet.
remember that guy and that fucking dude started yelling at us, and I was like, dude, you need to move along, homie. You're about to, and then he started yelling at me, and thankfully the security took him away and not me. But I smell a trap game. I think the Cowboys are going to win, but it definitely could be a trap game.
I think he still owes me a jersey. He did give me a bottle of whiskey.
But you got to think about it. So
We
back
doubled
to
up.
my thing, though.
It's a good bottle of whiskey.
Listen, back to my thing. They win another game. They're within 3 games of me being off the hook, and they can win 3 games that are coming up.
So if they win good, you're off the hook.
If they have to win more than 8
They have to
games.
stay in a weird.
They have to win more than 8
more
games.
than 8 games, yes. And you're off the hook. They have to stay in a weird, mediocre state for you to get the tattoo. Because if they suck ass, then everything changes.
He's going to get
You don't
fired.
have to get the tattoo.
Right.
If they win out, you don't have to get a tattoo.
Pretty
So
much,
they have to stay in this weird,
which is what they've
medium
done
space.
they've done for 30
Go
years,
ahead and start exfoliating.
which means it's pretty much the dumbest thing I could have ever done. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because that's what they've done for 30 fucking years.
It's
now.
been
Or not 30
mediocre.
years, been 20 years. 25 years?
Yeah.
Right.
So do you think this So do you think on Thursday? Do you think the Cowboys are going to win?
I
And
do.
what songs do you think Megan Trainor's going to sing?
I think the Cowboys are going to win, and I think Megan Trainor's going to do. Tried to send me to rehab. I said,
She doesn't do that
oh
one.
no. Okay, I think she's gonna do. Hit me, baby, one more time.
She didn't do that either.
Oh, I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna do. Hello.
She does do that one.
Hello.
She probably does.
She probably does. She probably wrote that for
She
you.
can do. I want rock and roll. That one?
Everybody does that, right?
Huh?
Have you done that one?
Nope.
Have you
Not
done
even
any?
at karaoke.
Have you done any Adele songs?
Not
Have
like
you
on
done any
stage.
Joan Jett songs? Because there's some good Joan
I've done a
Jett
lot of
shit.
fucking karaoke.
You done
in my
Britney?
Every
Have you
every
done-
female in America's done hit baby hit me one more time.
Have you done Amy Winehouse?
Yeah.
life. Karaoke, yeah.
Have you done Mike Patton?
Ooh, a female Mike Patton would be rad. Have you ever wanted to do Baroness?
Have you done Five Finger Death Punch?
No.
Disturbed.
Jesus Christ! Stop sending me these texts like this.
You've done Disturbed.
Like for karaoke?
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew it. I could tell the way she looked at me.
Let's see who they're at.
So you guys want to know what the most Thanksgiving band ever is? Actually, I should say the
Meghan
most
Trainor.
Thanksgiving song ever is. Did you see that?
Thanksgiving
By the way,
loves
did
the
you
white
see
man.
that? Did you see what I sent you? Right. The Creed.
Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting.
All right, the most Thanksgiving song ever done in my book, because this is hard. If you try to think about it, there's not many Thanksgiving songs and Thanksgiving type bands that are out there. The only one that I could come up with was Warrant. She's my cherry pie because of cherry pie that might be at the dessert table at Thanksgiving.
What about the cranberries?
Fuck you, Dustin! Fuck you, Dustin! Fuck you! Nice. That was nice. Nice. Damn it. What about Smashing Pumpkins? Oh! Dude!
That's
I
for
went
Halloween.
with cherry pie. That had pumpkins.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn it.
Oh.
Fuck this show.
All
All I could come up with was cherry pie.
You didn't think of the
Jesus. I
cranberries.
didn't think of the cranberries.
Cranberry
I didn't think of
sauce.
Fuck.
Oh.
Dude.
This is your warning. Next Tuesday, we will probably not be doing the show.
There's a
on
rock
Tuesday
show coming to town.
because there is 2 nights of
What's the
Nine
word,
Inch
Allie?
Nails.
What's the word, Allie?
What's the word?
What's the word? I need to know. Jason, you need to get this in order.
Next Tuesday and Wednesday,
going?
this is your 1-week warning. 9 Inch Nails will be in town,
Am I getting to go,
and
Jason?
that is a federal holiday for us.
Am I getting to go? That's all I need to know.
We're gonna figure that out. Hey, they're gonna be a Friendsgiving.
I'm assuming they are.
I need to look at this roster.
So,
I need to make.
are
see
you
if I wanna
excited?
know. Oh, Jeremy's responding.
Have you dodged all
Jeremy wants to
video
bet.
footage
Of what?
of Nine Inch Nails?
No, because the set list is different every fucking night.
I mean, I wouldn't even. Okay, it's kind of like Red Dead. I haven't watched any of the stuff.
well,
about
I always watch shows I'm gonna shoot.
You're gonna take pictures at this.
I have.
You're gonna do credentials one night and then, or do
Night
the
one.
shooting one night and then just chill and watch it the second. That's
Yep.
how you get it done.
That's how I get it done, son. The second night is in the pit. First night is in seats. That's where the tickets were they bought, but I don't need a ticket because I'll be shooting.
So there's another extra ticket then.
Yeah, we'll talk about this. Yeah, Friendsgiving.
So there's a good chance I might be getting to go to Nine Inch Nails.
Gotta have some ski pole action though. So you're saying there's a chance?
Saying there's a chance.
What time were we at on the show? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Wait. We got an email, don't we?
Oh yeah. You
I
gonna
was
read
with
it?
a few
You read it.
emails.
You read them.
I don't want to read it.
I don't like reading them anymore either.
Jesse, you read it. Can you cold read? Have you looked at our?
Tend
You don't
to.
have.
I like it when you cold read
Content too.
emails,
All right.
and I'll throw in things like,
All right. We only have one. Okay, this one's to me. From Hometown Christmas Celebration.
"Did you hear that one?
What?
The new one." She was so
it
gold
again.
last week. She said she's never coming on here drunk again. Ever. And then this one is my favorite.
What was the reason she just was down the street and was like, let's go be on the podcast?
Yeah, and she wanted to bring Heine over to hang out and see us.
We were supposed to talk about cool shit like volcanoes and stuff, and it just ended up with this.
I don't know. You know how it is.
All right, so we got an email.
And then she said her new favorite band.
The spectacle?
Spectacle?
With a question mark.
So we got an email from the mayor of Watauga.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's Watauga, Texas, and not
I thought-
Watauga.
Is this the guy that you lost your seat to? When can we do this? When can we sign you up to run for mayor?
I think.
And as
Good.
as
Fuck it, let's do
as mayor of Watauga, are you for public lynchings? I've been waiting. I've been holding on to that.
So moist.
What was that?
Are you going to public lynch people?
Yeah, we were talking about being
Excuse
able,
Hang 'em.
fixing punishment and
You're going to hang them.
and people's crimes.
You guys are so racist, okay?
It doesn't have. You can lynch anybody.
Yeah.
You can George
You
lynch
could
them.
tie, you could tie
All
a
right.
long
I'm going to
rope
read
for
this email,
anybody.
okay?
You can George lynch them.
You guys want, okay, let's just have the
I
let's
said what
have,
I
you know what?
said.
Let's have the old
Do-
racism comedy hour. here
Do
real
mayors have debates?
quick. Yeah.
They
And,
do?
Yeah.
Because I know a question that will be asked at your debate.
Of mine?
Yeah.
Should we?
Have you, Matt?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
I mean, y'all did have the door locked whenever I got
It was.
Yes.
It was.
It's getting
It
steamy
was.
in here. We had to turn the lights up real quick.
there. Turn the heaters off.
All right.
Now we're good.
All right.
So we got an email from the mayor of Watauga. The subject: hometown Christmas celebration.
Oh, shit.
Message body. Hi Stubbs. I'm a big fan of the show. This is the mayor of Watauga. I would like to invite you to our Christmas celebration to be my guest of honor. I think it would be great if we wore matching Santa suits. So please come in a Santa suit. Also, if you would bring us a 12-pack of beer, I will pay you back when you get here. I will tell them at the gate to tell you to
At the gate?
You
No.
can't cold read.
This
Come
is
on,
awesome.
man.
I
Keep
would-
it together.
I will tell you. I will tell them at the gate to let you in free. I think I know who did this.
Oh,
Actually,
That
But if
sums
they
it all
don't,
up right there.
please let them know that you received a personal invite from the mayor. It is December 8th. See you then. I like how the mayor of Watauga starts off his emails with,
Hey, Stubbs.
I'm a big fan of the show. This is the mayor of Watauga. That's how all politicians should start all their emails. Gee, you're crunching so.
I'm eating chips!
I like how I like how you're backing as far away from the mic as you possibly can, and it still sounds like a marching, like a fucking bunch of SS troopers marching.
I can't say
So
tie
the
a
mayor,
long rope.
the mayor of Watauga. Wait, who's going off on Puerto Rico?
That was Jason, and she was going.
Do it again. Do that one again.
Listen to Jason in the background because that's what makes it funny. That's why I cut this one. Because Jason started going on some Puerto Rican radio.
You know what that sounds like?
What? My biplane when I
No,
tried
it
to
kind
turn
of
it
sounded
over?
like CNC Music Factory.
Okay, do it one more time. Do it one more time, and I'm going to tell you what it sounds like.
Could you put it to the music?
This is going to get us in trouble.
Do
She's
it.
going to get busted. She
Do
gets
it.
mad at us
Don't
every
make
time
her
we do this.
mad.
It totally is.
No, I'm just going to say the visual here. Okay, do it. Okay.
That's not what it sounds like at all.
It sounds
she's
like
getting
someone
mad at-
put it in the wrong hole and she wasn't ready for it and she has something in her mouth and she's saying no.
You're dead. That's not what it sounds like.
Play
at
it
all.
again.
The reason
Play
I
it again
pulled
and
it,
close your eyes.
I'm not playing it again. I'm
It
not.
sounds like some dude in the background, Eiffel Tower.
Where did that come from?
No, Matt. Okay. No, Matt, I'm not watching some stupid new show. Are you watching a stupid show? Tell Matt.
All right. Do you want to talk about Vinny's death?
I haven't read about this, but I did see Phil's show out at the Viper Room.
with the Illegals,
Yeah, and that was awesome.
and they played a full set of Pantera.
Yeah, and
All
they had
Pantera all the
been
time.
they had been tinkering around and playing a couple of songs here, a few songs there, on this tour, because I think they're on tour with Child Bite and what's the other one?
I wonder if I can read you this.
King Parrot, I think's on it. But anyway, they went into L.A. I think Phil announced that day, hey, full set of Pantera, ! Or not Phil, but someone put it on social media that they were going to do it. The place was packed. The freaking, I say funny, but going through the thread of when it was posted, and this was on all platforms that you saw it. Like if you saw it on Twitter, or if you saw it on Instagram, or if you saw it on Facebook, the amount of people that were pissed off that he did it and the shit they would say, you're like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't think that people understand that Phil was Pantera too, and for you to get pissed off that he did a set and it's the same fucking people that are like, you know who should get together? You know who should get together? Is Zach Wilde. He should come in and they should do a Pantera set. It's the same fucking people like that that are bitching now that Phil did a Pantera set with a badass band that has local root that's inbred with our.
And you know, there were a lot of the comments on that video was like, man, you held down Dime's position like crazy.
Well, I mean,
but those are people, you know, they're just.
It's a different guitarist.
Yeah, it's a different style.
But it sounded really good. I've never heard Pantera played with two guitars and Phil singing it. It was really neat. It looks cool. I would love to go to that show. And if you're gonna bitch about it, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, Jesse,
Just don't say anything.
just don't say
Start a
anything,
podcast.
man. Yeah, start a podcast.
Come sit next to me.
Yes, come over here and hang out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this.
Well, I'm sorry. I kind of chased a rabbit there, but you had in the show notes about him finding out that Vinny had passed away.
Yeah, and they quote him here. Does this? Well, I can't.
You don't have to do his voice.
No, okay. He
Hey,
says,
man.
"Hey man, I was busy rehabbing my back, and I had a great day grinding downstairs, hitting the bag and shit like that."
You know what? Don't read it, Phil. Just read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was busy rehabbing my back, and I had a great day grinding downstairs, hitting the bag and shit like that. And then I got the news about Vince, and it was just deflating, man. Despite all our differences, just know this. The bitterness was so fucking harsh because it came from a place of love. You understand me on that? We loved each other so much that when things got awry in the band, it's like tripling down on negativity, man. It's a pain I wouldn't wish on anyone, so you all do me a favor, man. Love each other while you can. Put all the squabbling and all the fucking fighting and all the division. I'm sick of this shit. Honestly, I'm tired of it. Be kind to each other. Everybody's cool, man. Fuck. Just chill out. And then it went on in this interview, and he said
Was this Revolver, or who did this interview?
It's on Loudwire. It's called Spooky Empire.
Is it video?
It's like an hour-long sit-down interview with him.
Is it video?
On
It's
stage.
video?
And they're in stage in front of people. Yeah, there's video. And it says, Phil went on to praise Vinnie Paul's professionalism, describing when himself, Dimebag, and Rex Brown were all drunk. Vinnie would be running the show. Quote, he had his shit together. He'd be driving, he'd be settling gigs, and we would be drunk. Thank goodness for Vince, man. End quote. That's pretty much it.
I think that's a good thing to say. I think I think the thing about Phil is he'll let down he'll speak from the heart. I think sometimes it's to his detriment. I think sometimes there's people think the wrong thing about him or something because he does it. It's just like it's anyone that you know that does that speaks straight from the heart all the time. Sometimes it really helps you out to hear what they have to say, and then sometimes you're like, man, why'd you tell me? Man, she's obviously not pregnant, dude. Why would you ask her when the baby's due? Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? That type of thing. So, and this sounds like a really good statement. I think Phil is very. I think he has been affected and is very gets very emotional when he hears about any of the Abbott brothers. The Pantera, I think it's such a big place in his heart and everything that it gets personal real quick, and he just shoots from the hip a lot of times. And this is a great example of when it worked out, and I think he said the right words in that quote. I haven't seen the whole interview. I've seen other interviews though that he's done. I saw. Have you seen the one where he's at like Loyola Marymount, like some school in New Orleans or something, and they interview him about an hour or so about substance abuse and shit like that?
That was an old one.
That was a good one too.
That's a crazy school thing that they have a lot. Like Trent went there and did a whole musical thing, breaking apart his songs and stuff.
That was a good interview though.
For the college, yeah.
Like he talked about a lot of how bad it really was with Phil.
I think Zach's done it. Zach Wild, and I think.
Come on, brother.
Pepper Keenan's done it. Keenan Pepper, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
One that scared
COC.
me.
Yeah, the one that.
Who's more scared of me, Pepper or Leon Bridges?
Or Rebecca Elizabeth?
I don't think she's scared of me anymore. I think she thinks she knows how to tame the beast. She does this weird thing.
I've known you for how long?
Yeah, I think it sounds. You need to watch if you haven't watched the whole the show that they just did at the Viper Room.
Pantera fan?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
People are going to put you down, Jesse.
You
You don't talk bad about Tara.
Hey, I have a question for you though. While we're talking about Phil,
that was just kind of a open-ended.
Brittany and I talked about this too.
No.
If you were in a band, like
I am.
If you were in a
couple.
band, huh?
I'm in a couple.
If you were in a band that was shopping stuff, let me say that, actually doing business and stuff, trying to push out as far as you can.
This is yours and Brittany's bedroom talk.
No, we weren't in the bedroom.
Post-coitus.
Anyway, if Spectacle was hit up by House Corp, would y'all do it? Or would you be like, man, you're just too much?
No,
because he is hands-on with his bands and stuff. Like,
I don't know. It's all. I'm the youngest member.
Of what?
The Spectacle.
You're one of the oldest members.
No, I've only been in there a year.
Oh no.
So I don't have tenure with the band. No, so I would leave it. I still don't have tenure with them.
Okay, I was with Seaton.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, let's do this.
Why not? Let's see what happens.
Like, even though you
why would you turn something down?
No, I'm talking about having to.
What's he gonna do? Show up at my house and beat us up?
No, but I guarantee you,
I'll fucking shoot him in the face and say, "Castle Law, motherfucker."
God, probably the wrong thing to say about him.
Don't come to my house and threaten me.
He's not going to.
Okay, well, I mean, you made it sound like he's going to be like, "Oh, you gotta do this, brother."
No, but I bet you he has a lot of.
He's gonna Hulk out.
I bet you he's not shy to express his opinion.
No, and I bet you
about certain things.
But
like,
you know
that flyer sucks, man.
You sit down with him. He's got to be a reasonable person. You sit down like, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we can do. Here's what we're available to do. You know.
I think it'd be badass to be on his label.
I think it would be too, and you know. You would hope there would be some give and take, appreciation towards whatever if he's coming towards us.
What about the intimidation factor that this dude is behind? This guy's.
I used to sell him shit at Best Buy.
This guy's a legend behind me.
He used to come in Best Buy and buy stupid shit.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Why are you buying this weird girly anime stuff? What's going on with this? These weird anime DVDs? Why do you need a microwave again?"
I had a buddy that Dime used to come in to discount. I had two friends that was always taking care of Dime. One worked at Discount Tires, and he was always coming in with bashed freaking rims and tires. And the other worked at GNC at the Six Flags Mall, and he would always come in and ask, "Man, do you have any just like pills or something I could take that could keep me hydrated?" Like every time he came into town, he'd go hit up Victor about that.
That's funny. Sad news if you're on Instagram and you feel like you have a bunch of followers because they're going to go through and start deleting a bunch of fake followers. Fake accounts.
Good.
And so if you're Justin Bieber with 140 million followers, that's probably going to be cut in half. And it's basically attacking all these people that try to go and buy followers.
Like the India clip farm places.
Yeah, like every once in a while we get something on JTT and it's like, "You want 10,000 followers for free?" Do
I
this.
love your pictures.
I think Seth did
Follow
that
me
once.
for followers.
It didn't do anything on there.
I think he did it on Twitter.
Yeah, that might have worked.
Nah, I've been trying to. I got the app on Twitter to get rid of stuff like that on our own. It's for
It's cleaning stuff up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and slowly but surely, like they only have a limit that you can do per day.
But
And
it's
I don't
cleaning
do it
stuff
every day,
up.
but it's starting to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. So this weekend's a big weekend. It's a 4-day weekend, and usually there's big shows on Saturday. That seems to be a tradition, and this year is no different. Do you know of any that aren't at Lola's or the Tin Panther or Fort Worth Black House or Doc's Records?
Well,
So first up, I think the biggest one that has everybody's attention is the Beaumonts, the Methinks, Drawer Devils, and Clownvis Presley at Lola's.
Yep.
And then there's this Orange Music Festival going on at the Fort Worth Black House, which will have Rex and Juma and Mecca and Ronnie Hart and a bunch of others. It's supposed to be 420 minutes of music from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
That
And it's a
sounds cool.
festival. It's called the Orange Festival. And it looks like it's a bunch of dance
So
and
what-
hip hop stuff.
It's not
Where's
the
it at?
orange amp.
the Black House.
The Black House.
Do you have to have an orange amp to play the show?
No, I don't think either Rex or Jamal have an orange amp. I've never seen them play through one.
Maybe the other guys have
Then-
an orange amp. You ever
well-
thought about that? You ever thought about it?
Maybe. Earlier in the day, at Doc's, they're having their Thanksmas party with Lando C, Fog, Crip Trip, Yasmin, and Royal Sons. And they are advertising that there will be free booze. So, however you can advertise that in the state of Texas and the TABC not be involved, I would go there.
You know how I was saying professions that listen to us? Let's hope that TABC does not listen to us.
Do not, TABC, please do not go to Doc's on Saturday. I think this starts early. The music starts at 1, and I think it goes to like 5 or 6. I was told under authority before we started the show, as one of the Royal Sons stopped by the house and said that they were playing around 5 o'clock. That they know of.
Mmm.
Yeah, it says that on the event details too.
Oh, it does? Okay. And then, at the Tin Panther, is Garage Barrage, Harper Ryan Die,
Big Red Ants.
and Big Red Ants. So it's going to be a night of bouncing around, seeing some good music. Fun times.
Yeah, just all of this weekend.
Yes.
All of this weekend. Sorry, I'm looking at the Zuckerberg machine since I was denied from it earlier. But
What do you mean?
there was a Facebook outage earlier today.
Oh, I thought you meant that they kicked you off of something you said, or
No.
like you got.
No, I haven't gotten grounded. Cue the hover.
We've been in trouble, both of us.
I could.
We've both gotten in trouble about Facebook.
I've never been in Facebook jail.
They've just taken stuff of mine down.
Yeah, the Burt Reynolds.
The things that are kind of really sticking out to me for this week, of course, is today is the grand opening for Dreaming Life, with it being Wednesday.
Oh, yes. If you're doing this by radio time, yes, you're right. On Wednesday.
And then Ansley's residency, she's kind of doing a,
Is that running out at the end of the month?
I believe so, but she's doing a Friendsgiving on Thursday proper. And of course, like you said, the Beaumont, the Methinks, Drawer Devils, Clownvis Presley, and the Tin Panther. Those seem to be my top 5 right now. And there's some actually good stuff coming up in the future. Are y'all going out to Dallas for the Domas? Y'all do that? Y'all encourage the Domas? No, okay.
No, because there's shit going on. What night is that on?
First.
Yes,
Saturday.
that is the night that Zach and Rebecca are getting married. And I am a photographer at that wedding. Are you going to that, Matt? Their wedding?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I think Lola's 10-year anniversary party is that night, too.
There's a lot of stuff that night. And
Gonna be in Mineral Wells that weekend.
thanks, Zach and Rebecca, for fucking shit up.
We're gonna go camping.
So,
Girls camping.
well, have we reached that point to where we need to play some Parasitic Twins and get the hell out of
It's
here.
been a good show.
It has. Thank you for telling me all about Stabbsgiving.
Oh, we're glad you came. We're glad everybody else came that we opened up the invitation to come to that house.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, y'all.
Thanks for everybody showing up.
We still got love, though.
This may be the last year we ever do this.
Yep, this was the deciding factor.
The show,
Dustin
period.
and I were like, okay, if they show up this time, we'll maybe consider keeping it going.
Hit us up about mini golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do mini golf. We may not be doing the show then because, let's see. Christmas
There's more awards to be won. Stop talking that way.
Christmas is on the 25th, and New Year's Day. I mean, Christmas on the 25th, which is on a Tuesday, and New Year's Day is on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
You may go 2 weeks without a show, and you may never come back to a show. The last show may be the 18th.
Goodbye, y'all.
So you've got 4 more weeks of us. Enjoy it while you can, assholes.
Been brought to you by Temple of iRadio.
Is this in there some milk?
Yep.
Where'd you get in?
Got my ways, not Spotify.
Okay,
Just
so
found
I'll have to find that.
You want to put it back on?
Badass. No.
So who did Joel invite out?
Everyone?
Oh no, tonight was
67,000.
tonight was
Yeah, zoologist.
Jake Kemp was gonna come in tonight, but
Yeah.
he's scheduled a ticket.
They get all crazy this time of year because of holidays. Basically, Gordo's vacation fucked us out of a guest.
Yeah, Gordo